Welcome to South Texas as we get ready for tonight's poker action from the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. Tonight we are playing a round of each, but it is in seat one. We're going to start off on Hold'em. We'll go around the table real quick. In seat one, we have Maverick. He's currently not in his seat. Seat two, we have Simon. Seat three, we have Kobe. Seat four, we have Rush. Seat five, we have Fletcher. Seat six, we have Stunna. Seat seven, we have Bonanza. Seat eight, we have Chubbs. Seat nine, we have Cuh. Minimum buy-in for this game is $200. So Maverick in for $325. Simon in for the minimum. Kobe in for $300. Kobe, a part-time dealer here at the Card House. Cooper Rush in for $243. Fletcher in for the minimum, $200. Stunner, $225. Bonanza, $200. Chubbs in for the minimum. And Cuh in for $300. So this is a round of each. Round of each. It is structured with a bring-in. So the blinds are 1-2, and the bring-in is going to be $5 as we get ready to rock and roll tonight. Get ready for the first 10 here from the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. So there is a bring-in for the Hold'em game, which is a little unique. But the reason why it's set up like that is it makes things a whole lot easier on the production crew, keeping track of all the graphics. So two players currently not at their seats, but they will get filled, and Fletcher will limp in, and since there is a bring-in, then it is actually $5. And everybody folding around to Kobe as each player having a 5.
Oh my God, Penny, are you serious? You're good at 3 calls.
So heads up to the flop we go. Oh! I think we're going to win by like 11. Oh, and Kobe leads out here. Fletcher flopping a full house, and his opponent leading out. Does not want to see a 5. See if Kobe slows down. Yeah, Kobe is slowing down. And Fletcher going to be putting in a bet of $20 here, hoping his opponent calls, and does. Kobe drawn dead from the jump. River completing. And Kobe is not going to get those chips back as Fletcher immediately moves all in, and Kobe immediately folds. Fletcher will show the full house. And what a start for Fletcher. Flopping a full house. So it looks like seat number 4 taking his seat. So there are 9 players at the table. However, seat 1 is currently not at their table. So we are playing 8-handed right now. Round of each. This is the Hold'em portion of the row. It is gonna go back to, it's gonna go to Omaha once it gets to seat 1. Once somebody gets back to seat 1. Fletcher, you're bringing it in for the 5. Oh, Maverick was not at his seat, and he had kings. The king-queen for Cuh. Pretty much has everybody else dominated here. Has Fletcher's queen dominated. Has Stunna's queen dominated. And Chubbs actually has live cards here. No, actually Chubbs does not have live cards as Fletcher has one of his cards dominated. So 7 high flop, Chubbs with a straight draw. And he's going to lead out here with the straight draw. Betting about half pot. 40 into 83. Cuh not ready to let go of his hand. He actually has the best hand right now. But I would imagine Chubbs is going to jam any turn here. And Chubbs does indeed jam the turn.
You said working for free?
And Cuz going to have to fold.
You're like, how did your work go today? Well, maybe one of the rare occasions where we lost money today. Broke even. Well, I don't know.
So, a $200 min buy-in. This is starting off as a shallow game, but I'm sure it'll get deeper. You can see that Chubb's already up $100. But there is a different strategy you have to take when you buy in for a small amount as opposed to buying in for a bigger amount. Different ways you have to approach a hand. And a lot of players actually don't like to make that adjustment, so they'll just always buy in for the maximum. And I guess that's okay if you only play cash. But if you ever dabble in tournaments, there's really a art to playing a shorter stack. And of course, the best way to get practice is through repetition. With Kobe going to be raising it up, and everybody going to be folding. So the blinds are 1-2. So the minimum buy-in for this game was $200. So basically 100 bigs. And normally that would actually be a decent amount. The only issue or problem, since this game is structured to have a $5 bring-in, well, that $200 quickly gets really shallow once somebody calls the $5, somebody raises, and now your stack to pot ratio is really small, which is why I said once Georgie bet the flop, he pretty much set himself up for a shove on the river on the turn, and that's exactly what he did. Oh, Stunna here with the Jack 10 of spades, putting on the 3-bet, and both his opponents immediately calling. Fletcher with the computer hand has the worst equity right now. Cooper Rush with the best hand right now. Cooper Rush still with the best hand. Can't feel comfortable about it though. Looks like Fletcher's thinking about leading out here. A really small amount. Oh, he bet it 25 into $120. That's going to get a quick call from Stunna, who has some backdoor outs. And Cooper Rush will fold the best hand. 3 on the turn. The queen high of Fletcher still the best. $170 in the pot, and you can see that both these players have less than a pot size bet left. Fletcher going to put out another small bet. And just based on these shallow stacks, Stunna is not going to be able to continue. And Fletcher had the worst equity pre-flop with his hand, is going to wind up winning the hand. We are live on the YouTube chat. So chat regular Phony Turgeson. Hope everybody had a great week. Make sure you hit the like button.
Just mirror. You can't mirror. Put on your phone. Mirror this shit. 8 fours to that. 9 fours. 1 fours. 2 fours. 3 fours. 4 fours. 5 fours.
And everybody folding around to the blinds. So it's going to be the battle of the blinds. We'll throw out the $5 to complete. Oh, huge flop for Stunna. Open-ended straight flush draw. And he hits the straight on the turn. Checks again. Bonanza checks behind. And he will put out $5 on, no, $10 bet on the river to take it down. I do expect to see a lot of all-ins early on here.
We're done. You lost. You got blinded out. You lost.
So back in the day, Florida used to have a $100 maximum on all bets. It has since changed, and Colorado actually had a similar deal. So the players would actually play a 5-10 game with a $100 max buy-in. So everybody would buy in for 10 bigs, and they would pretty much just go all in blind for the first 10 hands for players to build their stacks. They did change the law probably about 10 years ago in Florida, where that maximum isn't on there anymore. But there is definitely a different strategy that you have to take depending on how much you choose to buy in for. 4 ways to the flop we go, $82 in the middle, and it's going to be an open ender for Fletcher. Gut shot for Simon. Fletcher checking his open ender, a little surprise in there. And he's going to hit it. That'll give Simon a pair of 9s. Third pair, not enough for him to bet, but it is enough for Kobe to bluff here with his double gut shot. And now Fletcher going to be putting on a raise here. Second time Kobe bluffing in to Fletcher. And the second time it's not going to work. So Kobe, going to be hard for him to call as his stack is getting shallower. He only has 2 outs and he can only chop. So he is going to call. Cannot win this hand outright, can only chop with the queen on the river. It's showing that he, yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, so he has about 120 left. Oh, no! Fletcher with the snap call. So Kobe choosing the wrong time to bluff, bluffing into the nuts. And obviously Fletcher is always calling him there, but the move might have worked if Fletcher only had 1 pair. But even if Fletcher only had 1 pair there, Kobe only had about $100 and he was trying to bluff that into $200. So it does make it harder to bluff when you are playing with a shallow stack. Not necessarily impossible, just you really have to take a different approach. So Maverick taking his seat, and he will bring it in for the $5. Kobe with the suited ace, making the call. Cooper Rush also with the suited ace. Fletcher coming in. And another player with an ace. So just like that, $31 in the pot. You can see the bring-in really builds the pot really quick. Essentially, this was a limped pot. So instead of a $12 pot, we're going to a $30 pot. Kobe flopping a flush draw. Fletcher flopping a straight draw. And these three will be going at it again.
Kobe again.
Kobe continuing on here with a $25 bet. And Fletcher, who has gotten the better of Kobe twice, is going to let it go. So Fletcher winning the two big hands. Kobe winning the one small hand. Nice hand. Taking it down with the ace-high flush draw. So two more hands once the button gets to seat number 1. You can see it's in seat number 8 right now. Once the button gets to seat number 1, then we will go to the Omaha portion of the round of each. And that's where you commonly see a different set bring-in amount as we do have this game structured. The blinds are $1, $2. But there really is no such thing as limping, as there is a $5 bring-in. It's not a third blind, it is a bring-in.
Not everybody, but I have a couple of clients that are
Voted around the Chubbs on the button, and he's just playing his position here, raising it up to 15. And he's going to get heads up here with Maverick.
They wait like 5-10 minutes or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or sometimes I'm backed up and sometimes I'm backed
Maverick with the ace of diamonds is going to lead out. Should be a quick fold from Chubbs here.
yeah, and but they don't understand.
We'll have one more hand of Hold'em, and then we will go to Omaha.
He never went back. No, but what I'm saying is,
Hello.
I mean, they're always like, oh, like, hey, like,
As I said, we are live on the YouTube chat. I do realize we are streaming on multiple platforms. I know we're streaming on Twitch. We're streaming on the Facebook. And obviously we're streaming on YouTube. Those are the only comments that I have access to. So $10 under the gun straddle here.
yes, bro.
Dude, I went to go get a haircut with Fletcher. I'm like, hey, would you have a visit? Yeah. I'm like, how long? You can come now. I went. He had somebody in the chair. Two fucking twins walked in before me. Two little boys. With the mom, whatever. And my dumb ass is going over there thinking like, oh, I'm next. And he's like, hey, George, I'm going to cut their hair before you. Okay. Bro, check this out. While the kids were, the two twins were going to get their haircut, somebody gets a haircut across the Fletcher. Some random person from another barber. Bro, Fletcher.
So Kobe going to be flopping top pair.
That's why I don't complain, because I know it's a good way. Bro, the other guy still hadn't finished cutting the fucking one guy's hair. And they weren't even talking. It wasn't like they knew each other.
Everybody's going to check.
Like a normal, a random person to cut their hair.
King on the turn.
Maybe like if you knew the barber, like maybe the conversation holds up the haircut for like.
But even
Now Kobe's going to bet his 6, and it's going to get the job done. Maverick playing that hand. Well, as a matter of fact, both players playing that hand really, really passive. Pretty much letting Kobe check his option. All right, so here we go to Omaha. So the 4-card game. PLO.
My Fletcher story is, he goes, hey, you ready to get married, bro? And free haircut on me. Just come Sunday at 9. Bro, I'm there at 8:45.
it was free.
10.
You can't
I
complain,
know,
it
but
was
I'm
free.
saying that 10:30 and I'm still calling him. He finally replies,
Hey,
what's up, dude?
Like it's nothing, right?
Where you at? He's like, oh, I'm on my way.
It was free. You can't
I
complain.
know.
So first Omaha hand of the night. Cooper Rush with the Queen Jack 7-5. Is first acted. It's an okay hand, but not under the gun, and Cooper Rush does make the fold. Fletcher double suited in spades and diamonds. And Simon raising it up to 20 with the kings in his hand. And everybody going to be giving him a call here as we are going 5 ways to a $100 pot. Queen high flop, Kobe flopping 2 pair. And we do have a straight draw for Simon. Small bet here from Kobe, only $20 into $100. Fletcher needed an 8, has a gut shot, but he's going to let it go. Bonanza does the same. Kuh coming along, and Simon making the call. Down to 3 for the turn. Spade. So now Simon picking up spades, but we can see those spades aren't good, as Kuh actually has better spades. $160 in the pot. And another smallish bet, less than half the pot. As a matter of fact, just over a third of the pot. $50 bet from Kobe into 160. Kuh picking up the nut flush draw with that turn card. He's going to be coming along. And Simon's getting a really good price here, but you can also see he's getting low on chips. Simon does not want to see a spade, wants to see a king or a jack. Oh, full house. No, not a full house. Kobe gets counterfeited. I don't know if this is going to work. Simon has the kings. There's so much money in the pot. Yeah, he makes the call, and he's going to see that he rivered Kobe. I know it sounds like I'm being results-oriented, but I did say it was a very small bet on the turn. And he's going to get counterfeited. Kobe flopping 2 pair. Bet $20 into $100 on the flop. Then bet $50 into $160 in the pot. Gave both his opponents a good price to call. You can see Kobe down 400. Has about $100 left in his stack. So no straddle this hand. Action will be on Fletcher, who is your early leader. He's up over $300.
Hey, up 5. Nice. And you got a bucket here too.
So somebody's card's not getting scanned, and there we go. The dealer letting seat 7-0 there to rescan his cards. Usually goes by Don Neto. And he's been playing poker since before I was born. And he will make the $5 call with his pocket 5s and ace 10. Kuh raising it up here, looks like 25. And he's got the kings this time. Does have one suit, has hearts. Maverick making the call. That looks like a fun hand. And now Kobe shooting a half-court shot here.
They're playing actually Corpus.
So ace 7-4 deuce. He does have diamonds. His diamonds are not good. And Kobe's going to leave a lot of help. You can see he's only 4% as the cards lie right now. And as I predicted earlier, we're going to have a lot of all-ins early on. We got Kuh now going all in. And
You'll
looks
come out-
like
you'll come out on ESPN Plus.
No.
Like the camera's just following it, and you sit where you like where.
How much is it for the? How much is it for the front?
Yeah, in the courtside, you'll see
How
yourself.
much is it?
No, you can just get. I asked him, he gets time out. And as long as nobody's there. I don't know how much they cost, to be honest. I always-
yeah. So we're gonna have a multi-way all in here,
Give me all. All of it.
and as I said, Kobe
The home front.
is in trouble. Pretty much everybody's getting priced in here, and they're going to be making the call. So it's going to take a little bit for the dealer to get all the side pots properly set up. So it'll be the 80 times 4. So that'll be 320 for the main pot for Kobe. Then you have another 50. So you have another 150 for Ka. And Bonanza, he didn't go all in. He left himself with $40 just in case.
All right, still action.
So there's the main pot on the left, the side pot on the right. Two players still have chips. So we may possibly have a third side pot. And that's going to be a set for Ka. And diamonds for Maverick. Maverick will check it. And now Maverick turning a straight draw to go along with his flush draw. You can see Kobe is drawn dead. To the river we go. And it's going to be trips for Maverick, but trips does not beat a full house.
One check. Showdown.
So it does go check all the way around. And Ka is in all of it. He's in the main pot and in the side pot. And he will show the full house for the $477 pot. You can see that big D on his hat. Very big Denver Broncos fan.
No, I thought
So if you're just tuning in, welcome. We are playing a round of each tonight here at the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. We are one of 6 Texas Card House locations located in the great state of Texas, one of 4 streaming locations. So there are 2 locations in North Texas, one in the city of Dallas, one right next door in the city of Irvin, Las Colimas area to be exact. And you got 2 in East Texas, one downtown Houston, and one north of Houston in the city of Spring. Then you have one location in South Texas, that's us. And then you have the original location in Central Texas, the Hill Country. That's going to be TCH Social Austin.
The Chiefs and the Reds for -125.
And the 3P.
Bet 5,000.
Easy bet.
So action is on Stunna.
And a 3P.
It is a nice hand, but you can see he is a little short stacked here. Chubb's actually raising it up here. Kobe with the Jays. Fletcher with the Kings, and he's going to be saying pot.
130.
Yeah, so it's 130 once they calculate the pot. And this is why I didn't like the limp from Stunna, because you're pretty much committing yourself or you're burning the $5. It is a nice hand, King, King, Queen 9, but only has 1 suit. And he's going with it. And Chubbs make the call too? Wow, I think Chubbs made the call. I know Chubbs had a pretty raggedy hand.
Dame tus 15. Échalo pa' acá.
Así sevens all in for
So we have 2 players all in, yeah.
Mira Kobe acá.
So Chubbs with hearts.
Kobe's like, oh,
There's no way
man.
I'm staying with
Thought he might be double suited here, but he's only single suited. It looks like, I was about to say, it looks like he's the only one with hearts, but that's not the case. It's Kobe is having hearts, and here we go.
see three.
So I said it at the beginning. A lot of these players buying in for the minimum 200, so we're probably going to be seeing a lot of all-ins. And we got another multi-way all-in here.
5 calls at 200.
Fletcher with the best equity right now. Fletcher does have clubs. Stunna has diamonds.
Stupid.
And Kobe has hearts.
Far from it.
Yeah.
So over $800.
¿Dónde está Jeffrey?
The dealer will get everything sorted out.
Ah, yo tengo manona.
Don Neto, ahí estás. 75, 85, 90. 90 in the next
Tú
spot.
te vas a sorprender, Jeffrey.
So we will have a couple of different side pots, and that's what the dealer's taking care of right now. Bonanza, Don Neto, he is all in for $30, so they'll get that pot taken care of. Then Stunna, he's all in for $120. They'll get that taken care of. And then Kobe is also all in. So there is going to be a side pot between Fletcher and Chubbs, as it's going to come queen high. So Chubbs with the wrap.
I call.
And Fletcher putting him all in.
You ever see it?
So Chubbs with the wrap.
No flush draw.
And
Let's crack those kings, baby.
Kobe with a pair of sevens.
Oh, no.
Jacks, pair of sevens.
Sorry.
Also has pocket jacks in his hand, pocket kings for Fletcher. You can see Chubbs is actually the favorite to win right now as the cards lie. He does have a wrap. So the 5-6 would be open-ended, but he does have the 8 to go with it, which gives him more outs. So now he has a pair to go along with his wrap.
Club. No!
I am Fletcher.
Let's
Hit the club.
Let's go, baby.
Fletcher pretty excited. Yeah, so Fletcher had everybody covered. Fletcher will be scooping the almost $1,000 pot. So let's see if Stunna rebuys.
Alright, stream's over, guys.
Alright, guys. See y'all.
Alright, see y'all. Thank y'all for coming and playing.
Oh, I don't know if any of the other 2 players are going to rebuy. Yeah, both the other 2 players tapping out. So from 9-handed, we go to 7-handed. Seat open.
Hey, he hit it on the chat.
Chubbs is rebuying.
Never mind. No barrels, cancel the barrels. 3, 6, and 7 are out. Yeah.
Seat open.
Seat open.
And Kobe also out.
Larry, seat open.
So losing a third of the table on one hand.
What? This guy right here.
Let's see if there is a waiting list. There is a waiting list for this game. So we do have 3 people waited.
They gonna cry in the car.
So 3 seats open, 3 people waited.
Guys over here, Larry.
Small blind.
That's all the men, right? They're just crashing on.
Hey,
Yeah, it's crushing the 9 count.
chill.
Hey, is Jeffrey gonna play or play a tournament?
So our Friday night free roll also going on right now.
Hasn't missed a hand yet.
Got about 50 entries in that. So
Busted?
got about 4 tables for the free roll. Have another 2 2 tables for the 1-3 cash game. And then we do have this stream table, which is a round of each. So both Maverick and Simon with the gold jackets. And Cooper Rush now with the Kings. Kings have been good, as the Kings of Kun, seat 9, making a full house. He won a multi-way all-in. The Kings of Fletcher making a flush on the river, winning a multi-way all-in. And we'll see if the Kings of Cooper are able to hold up. Maverick flopping a straight.
Debbie, seat open. $200 buy-in. It's run of each.
Still with the same straight is Maverick. Nobody with the jack in their hand.
Oh, the very first time I played the stream.
But Simon does pick up a flush draw.
Well, I remember I left after I left. Went to go drink whatever, came back.
Does have a straight draw that's not going to be good, and he will make the fold.
Yes. Bro, we're playing.
And the King's getting cracked at this time, as Maverick will show the straight.
She does it. So, bro, she was like, oh, she would raise it.
I've done that bet, but lower
We
bet.
raised it.
So 3 seats open on the stream table.
Hit 2 pairs. Or tricks or fucking whatever the fuck, bro.
So Kobe had already rebought twice, but no rebuy from the other 2 players, leaving us 7-handed.
María, ¿le preguntas los que si quiere jugar? Run of each.
Leaving us 6-handed, excuse me.
Oh, yeah, you did it.
So I don't know exactly what he does.
He's our end.
He used to be. I don't think he is anymore.
Saw him with a little badge.
Oh, he stole that shit from somebody.
Everybody calling the $5, and we are going
4 players.
4 ways to the flop.
Like blocks.
Open-ended straight draw for Cooper Rush, also having the overpair, but he is going to check it. Fletcher with the pocket tens, the best hand right now, he will also check. Now the board pairing, making it scary for anybody to bet. And the flush draw coming in, the straight draw also arriving. Cooper Rush with the straight draw. And he's going to put out a $10 bet. And it looks like Chubbs is going to be added on to his stack. So Chubbs added on 500. Production crew will get the new information punched in. Yeah. So Chubbs down 200, Maverick down 100. Fletcher up over 1,000. So Chubbs added on 500, immediately announcing a straddle from the button.
So we have a $10 bonus straddle.
This is actually a really good setup here. 6-handed Omaha. And Ka with the aces.
He would have folded.
Looks like he's going to be raising here. Taking it up to 30. Does have clubs with the queen 4 of clubs.
And then one today. And
The last one?
no.
I saw Fire Jet like 3 or 4
No. And
Maverick with the Badoogie hand has one of each suits.
no, that's a Washington.
Should be folding. Not sure why he hasn't folded yet.
Like
Oh, because he's literally squeezing one card at a time.
see it. It's not possible.
How that happens?
Yeah.
Well, supposedly
Cooper Rush, you just won the last hand, going to be making the call. Fletcher does the same, and Chubbs will defend his straddle as we will go 4 ways to $122 flop. Action's going to be on Kuh under the gun, or actually in the small blind. And Kuh, who had aces, now has 3 of a kind using his 4, and he's just going to say pot as there is diamonds on the flop. This should get the job done, and will get the job done.
Can I see change?
You trying to be over there next to your buddy or what?
So one more hand of Omaha, and then we will go to Hold'em.
What's the score? Down by
And
one?
Kuh, who just won the last hand, will put on the $10. So $10 straddle on the button. You can see this hand taking place at 7:55. That is Central Time, Texas time. I always say Texas time, and I'm leaving our friends in El Paso out, as El Paso is so far west, they're actually in their own time zone. They're in the mountain time zone. Kind of similar to Florida, where you have the Florida Panhandle, the Panama City area. They are on a different time zone compared to the rest of the state. Of course, Florida on the eastern time zone, with the exception of the Panhandle, which is in the central time zone. 8 high flop, 2 spades. Cooper Rush with the best hand right now. Oh, actually, Maverick has 2 pair. And now Mavericks, that's too much. That's too much. It is $40. Yeah, the dealer cleans it up. It is $40. It is pot limit. The most you can bet is the size of the pot. Kuh will be making the call with his draws. And he's going to miss. Wait. Yeah. Does he have a straight? 6. Oh, he doesn't have a straight. There we go. Oh, yeah. 6-3 is a straight. There you go. I couldn't figure out the percentages. Did say he was at 90% going to the river. Thought he had a straight draw, but he had the actual straight. He had a redraw to a bigger straight. All right, back to Hold'em. 4 cards a little crazy to keep up with, especially with 6 players in the hand. But going back to Hold'em here. Blinds are $1, $2. The bring-in is $5. Yes, I do realize that the setup, having a bring-in in a Hold'em game, is a little unusual. Oh. Yeah. I was about to say, the dealer forgetting that it was Hold'em.
He told him.
But as I said, let's just make it easier on the production crew, on the computer software, to keep track of everything. And with that $5 bring-in, it makes the game play a lot bigger than it actually is. It's essentially having a third blind out there, kind of having a straddle out there, as it's not $2 to limp, it's $5. Fletcher with the suited king. Chubbs raising it up to 15.
What's up, Dio? What's going on, Dio?
Maverick away from his seat, had ace king. Cooper Rush just calling with the 9s here. Don't like the play. He still has the best hand, but there is an overcard to the 9s. You can see Cooper Rush only has about $100 left. His stack is starting to get shallow. And there he is going with it. Chubb's going to be making the call with a pair. Chubb's going to be looking for a 7 or a 3. We can see 1-3 has been folded. What is that? Whose hand is that?
You know what?
Yeah, 10-7.
Yeah, I thought you always showing the all in.
Oh, so he didn't have 9s. He had 2-3.
The all in.
Okay, so the card reader picking up something wrong. So now it makes sense on why he didn't raise with the pocket 9s, because he actually had 2-3. It's almost like a card trick there. It's like, where did that hand come from?
Yeah, he did.
So sometimes the card reader will pick something up wrong.
The only logical explanation.
He's the closest one.
Well, they're fucking us.
Either way, the pocket 9s would have been good.
Wasn't us, that's what I'm saying.
As action is on Chubb's under the gun. And the dealer forgetting that it was Hold'em. So we will be having a dealer change pretty soon here. And maybe it's time for the dealer to take a break.
I'll listen when you pray for me.
Jerry? Oh, hey, Jerry read it to 4 hours. He starts dealing again. All right.
So the last hand didn't get reset. It was a misdeal, but it didn't get reset. There we go. So this hand will get reset. These are not the cards of the players. So Simon flopping trips. Not 100% sure that these are the proper hands, but we'll be able to tell by their betting patterns pretty quick.
People are making it where it's like there's a big crash and it's like, I mean, a crash or whatever.
Jack on the turn.
Passing by and like they dump into like that something like no. It's like,
Are you still in?
Yeah, I don't think that was the proper hand as it didn't get reset. So Cug going to be putting on the under the gun straddle. We are currently in the Hold'em portion of the round of each. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have a dealer change pretty quick here as well.
I come in peace.
Good luck, Georgie. Good luck. Also, everybody, good luck.
So action on Maverick. Yeah, you can see the dealer waiting in the wings.
There's 200 minimum my end.
Fletcher just making the call. Chubb's going to be taking it up. 40. Cub making the call. Fletcher going to get sticky and make the call as well. Just like that, we have a $120 pot. So Fletcher flopping the best hand with a pair. Chubbs is going to continue here. Cub making the call with his straight draw. And Fletcher going to be folding the best hand. So Cub needed a 9. Well, now he's open-ended. Chubb's probably going to be slowing down here and does just that. Cub also checking. And the king high of Chubb's is going to be good. Cub knows he can't win with 10 high, so he's assembling a pretty big bet here. I don't think Chubbs can call, and he will not.
No. Are you gonna say yes? You have to now.
So we do have a new dealer coming in, and we're also going to be having some new players come in. So as they have the dealer change, let us remind you about our $20 tournament taking place every Sunday here at the Texas Card House. Very, very fun tournament. $20 buy-in, 20-minute levels, 10K start and stack. There is an add-on available for the break, $50 gets you 50K. Every Sunday here at the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley at 6 o'clock. So we do have a couple of players that are getting ready to join the table, as we do have Ashley in the box now. Fletcher raising it up to 15 with the 5s. No takers, as he will raise and take. 2 more hands of Hold'em, and Maverick will get blinded out. The players are aware. The players are aware that if they are not at their seats, this is like a tournament. You do get blinded out.
Jeffrey can walk out every hand and don't give him shit.
He's telling him some shit.
I know.
He's like, what, guys? Like, what the
fuck?
fuck? Like, dude?
He seems super guilty.
Yeah, right.
So action is going to be on Simon.
It's the 3rd time you go to the restroom in like
Leave me alone.
Oh, there's Maverick.
yeah.
Told you, don't disturb me.
Fletcher just limping. Chubbs immediately raising. Fletcher going to have to let his hand go. Another raise and take. So 1 more hand of Hold'em, and then we will switch to Omaha.
He goes out with the vacuum.
ROE, round of each. In general, the setup will be a variation of Hold'em and a variation of Omaha, as we have tonight. But that is not necessarily always the case. There could also be a variation of high and a variation of high-low. Whatever games the players want to pick to do the round of each. But most of the time this is set up. It'll be 1 round of No Limit Hold'em, 1 round of Pot-Limit Omaha. Cooper Rush just calling with the ace-jack here. Straight draw for Cub, but he will check. Cooper Rush checking again. Looks like it's just going to go check, check all the way to the river.
Why don't you sit down, man? How you doing?
River rat.
Oh, man, good luck, man. Hopefully you run it up, man.
And Cuz going to be taking the win. All right, back to Hold'em we go. Excuse me, back to Omaha we go.
I actually like this seat now.
Yeah?
I wonder why.
It's not a bad seat after all.
Yeah, so let's see if we have any straddles.
They said yes?
You thought about it a little bit off stream?
Who was that?
2 brothers that come or
It's Omaha. There you go.
Alright, you gotta be on it, brother. You gotta be on it, man. You're the one in charge of that.
So action is on Fletcher, getting his card scanned, looking at some 9s to go along with the Queen 8 and clubs. He's going to be putting on the limp. Quick folds from Chubbs and Kuh, and it is folded around to Maverick, who has some jacks. go along with an ace-10. He just makes the call. Simon with the queens, putting on a small raise here. Really don't like this raise size in this.
Tried it a couple times.
Everybody else is going to be making the call, and you're going to be playing the hand out of position.
That's the thing, I don't know. And then when I do fight it, I don't even fight because I don't hear it. I don't know what that is.
Full house for Maverick. 2 diamonds on the board. Simon does have 2 diamonds. He's going to check. And Maverick checking his full house, being tricky. Diamond coming on the turn. That's going to give a flush to Simon, but a flush does not beat a full house. And it's Cooper Rush betting the king here, drawn. I was going to say he's drawn dead, but yeah, he is drawn dead, right? It's showing he's at 8%. Oh, he has King Jack, so he'll be able to hit a king. He'll be able to hit a king. But he is going to fold.
I saw you want to bet on it.
Ya me decía algo de eso yo. Vamos, de something stupid. And
Have blood too, have blood.
ya menos te decía double up.
See if Chubbs puts on a straddle here, as he is stuck almost $500. Fletcher no longer up 1,000. Only 967.
Yeah, if you just call, I call too. And
No straddle.
call, I
So action will be on Chubbs. If he wants to raise it up, I believe it'll be 15 to come in. No, it'll be 20. Because it'll be 3 times the big blind. Big blind counted as $5 plus the small blind, which also counts as $5. So it'll be 20 to come in. Maverick just went in the last hand. He will play this hand. As we'll go 4 ways to a flop. Somebody flop a straight. Somebody did, and that somebody is Fletcher.
I'm gonna bet.
Fletcher announcing bet.
I'm gonna bet.
Fletcher announcing pot. 2 pairs for Cooper Rush, along with a straight draw. I don't think he can go anywhere. Maverick making the call here with pocket 5s. Heart coming on the turn. Fletcher still has the best hand. Fletcher should be sizing it up here versus 2 opponents. Pretty much bets pot, betting 75 into 80. And this should get the job done. Maybe if Cooper Rush had some hearts, he would be able to stick around. But he knows his opponent has a strong hand, and he will make the fold.
I think we need to get rid of that shit.
Which one?
This one?
Todos bien, chicos. Everybody.
So the haves and the have-nots. 3 players winning, 3 players losing. Fletcher back up to over 1,000. And Cub putting on the $10 straddle under the gun. Don't forget, we are live in the YouTube comments. We are live on the YouTube comments. So if you're watching on any of the other streaming platforms and you're asking questions or making comments, I am not able to see those. Only able to see the YouTube comments.
I like it better.
Action on Maverick having the kings. He will be coming along, has some clubs to go with the kings, makes the $10 call. Cooper making the call with the ace-jack, 3-3, has hearts. And Kuh checking his option. Because Maverick's going to hit 3 kings. He does check. Cooper Rush checking behind, does not want to see a 3. Now a full house for Maverick, who played it slow on the flop, playing it slow once again. And he's not going to get any chips from any players, I don't think. Yep. Bets $20. Kind of throws his hands up in frustration. Can't believe that he didn't get any action. And it really doesn't matter what you have. I know it might seem simple or stupid, but it really doesn't matter what you have. It matters what your opponent has. If you have the best hand every time, and your opponent has the worst hand every time, well, they're always going to be folded. Which is why you tend to lose your biggest pots in poker when you have the second best hand. So action's going to be on Maverick under the gun as he does gets his cards scanned. Wearing the Air Force jacket, but I think Maverick was in the Navy, right? Yeah, because they were on fighter ships on Top Gun. Maverick is an actual certified pilot, or as they say in Spanish, un piloto. Middle set for Cooper Rush. He should be betting this. And he does bet half pot. $21 in the pot, puts out $10. Cug giving him the call. And Maverick makes the call as well. Full house. Get in the check mark. And Cooper Rush will put out another small bet. And everybody else going to be making the fold. Cooper Rush, whose real name I believe is Edward. Of course, going by Cooper Rush tonight as he does look a little like the backup quarterback for Los Vaqueros. So I was told we were getting more players, but I think the players didn't want to play on the stream. I think most people are indifferent about playing on the stream. And then you have players that love it, and you have players that hate it. Kings going around a lot. Cug getting the kings now, as it'll come queen high with diamonds. Chubb's flopping a flush. It is the worst flush possible, but it is a flush nevertheless. So Chubb's betting 20 on the turn. Betting 40 on the turn, excuse me. Cub making the call, drawing dead. Might be a good card for him, is now a straight beats him or any two pair. So he's going to check and get away from his kings.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Other than you're going to go through. And there's literally nowhere else to go. I stepped in there one time. I've been there. You've been there?
I heard their game's real slow. Like the raise, well, that's what they told me today, bro. like, let's say you bet 5, they're gonna raise you just like 10, and then it's gonna be like call, like that.
So one more hand of Hold'em of Omaha before we go back to
You
Hold'em.
bet 25 and 150 or like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That nobody ever raises it.
where-
There is a $10 button straddle.
Nobody ever raises it. All they do is
yeah, exactly. But like you bet, let's say.
Maverick not at his seat. He will get blinded out.
Let's say you bet 25.
Chubb's just making the call.
5, 6.
Cud checking his
They're never gonna like
straddle.
or whatever. Yeah, no. But then again, you don't want that because
Nobody with the 6.
somebody
Simon
you're gonna have to look at somebody.
has a pocket pair, so he has a full house. Everybody else drawing dead. Now Simon hit in a queen, but actually he is playing his pocket pair. You have to play 3 cards from the board, and you have to play 2 cards from your hand. So in Hold'em with the queen, you would have a full house with the queen, but not in Omaha. You need a pocket pair. Simon shows his pocket 7s, which will be good for the full house. You have to play 2 cards from your hand.
Like it was good.
No, I wanted to be good against you.
Like,
Queen
trips
don't
with
play
ace
here,
here.
big dog. Queen don't play. Look at the card.
no. Ace 10 would beat you. Ace 10 would beat you.
That's why. You see, you don't even know either.
So I said earlier, like 6-handed Omaha, it's actually a good setup if all the players are at their seats.
Ace 10.
But you could see that
You don't know why Ace 10 would beat you?
Maverick is not at his seat.
I
I was actually playing at a home game a couple of weeks ago. They were playing 10-handed, which I actually don't mind. I don't mind 10-handed. I know a lot of players don't like it, but it's really a comfort issue. The players who don't like it, it's just a comfort issue. The game basically plays the same 9-handed, 10-handed. But they were playing 10-handed, and for a couple of hands, 6 of the 10 players were away from their seats. And that happens in every poker game. Somebody's going to be away from their seats. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it is reality. Somebody is
Yeah, that's how it is.
usually going to be away from their seats at a cash game, which is one of the reasons why I don't mind the 10-handed. Speaking about 10, we will have a $10 under the gun straddle coming from Chubbs here as we are back to the Hold'em section, the Hold'em portion.
Oh.
It's called readiness. It takes like a year and a half to transition. So they can't be deployed for a year and a half. So his thing was like, well, you're not, if you need to deploy, you're not going to deploy because you're stuck in doing whatever you're doing.
Or liking whatever you're liking.
So Jack 10 suited.
Linus, that show on friend Linus.
What show's that?
It's like about like the Marines and the fucking the like CIA and all that shit, like, and the cartel.
Was it Jack 10 suited? Is that what Cooper
Linus. Which one?
Cooper Rush had? Yeah, Jack 10 suited, and he just made the call of $10.
I don't really watch.
And then Chubbs raised up his straddle.
I have a fucking 65 inch against my wall. Unopened. I have it fucking open. I bought it last year. Like, not like last year that December. I'm talking about like. I don't see. I thought me purchasing a TV was gonna help me.
I mean, maybe if you hang it on the wall or some shit, or open the box.
I purchased it already.
Well, maybe if you open the fucking box, you'll watch it. You know what I'm saying?
That would be a start.
Yeah, that would be a start, brother. Open the fucking box. If you need help or what, I'll go help you.
No, the TV that I have in the living room has that little wrapper on it. Like I opened it.
So Chubbs did raise his straddle. I think he had King Queen, if I'm not
Maybe
mistaken.
if you open it and put it up.
Somebody's cards didn't get scanned, and they're just waiting on
This is the most TV you watch.
the graphics to catch up.
You watch or what?
More like
So for sure, Cooper Rush has Jack 10 suited. What does Chubbs have? Oh, Chubbs has Ace King. So $60 raise. Jack 10, too pretty to throw away just yet. And he's going to flop a flush and immediately go all in. the donk bet from Cooper Rush, as he will show the flush. Oh no, he did not go all in. Chubbs put him all in.
I was hoping you had like the king or
So I did not see the check from Cooper Rush. He did check. Chubbs put him all in. Chubbs figured if he doesn't have a diamond, he can't call me. Turns out Cooper Rush had 2 diamonds, and Chubbs is drawn dead. So Chubbs is going to take another hit. He was down 500 before this hand started. So now he's going to be down about 650.
But y'all say he was easy money. But y'all say he was easy.
So let's see what that takes Chubbs down to. He was the biggest loser before the pot. Yeah, he's down to 650. So now we have 4 players in the green, 2 players in the red. Keep in mind, this is not taking into account the players that lost earlier, as we had both seat 6 and 7. They each lost the buy-in. And then we have seat 3, Kobe, who lost 3 buy-ins.
That work? 60? I was like, I'll give you 60 and I'll cash out.
Gut shot straight draw for Chubbs. It's going to be a heart. Now, Cub picking up a straight draw to go along with his deuce. It does go check around.
And you would think
Chubbs
that
hitting it straight.
you need like a skinny girl to fucking to move around like that much or whatever, bro. These girls, they got big ass legs and they're like muscular, but they fucking move to that shit too big, bro.
You're out, Jeffrey? How much do you have? He's high in the tournament too?
Oh, I can register for the tournament too. I can register for the tournament.
No, not yet. No, yet.
That's all wrong? Oh yeah, whenever it goes on break.
Okay.
So seat 1 still away from his seat. There he is. Jacks.
Well, we'll see right here.
Cub going to be making the call.
What's the real
You know why he's calling, right?
King Jack. And Maverick also making the call. So Cooper Rush having to avoid an ace or a king. And he's not going to avoid the king. Jaco was in really bad shape pre-flop, was only able to hit the king. And he hit the king. And he's going to lead right out here. Nice fold by Cooper Rush.
Yeah, you're right. That's easy money.
That's crazy. How you can just have it over somebody like that?
Yeah, that's crazy. Easy money.
He's really good.
He's like, he's really good, right?
He said that one day he might give a lesson.
He what?
He said that one day he might give a lesson. Not even a for sure thing, but I'm
Yes, that's two or no?
Is Simon at his seat? Simón en español?
Maybe.
What kind of tattoo? Maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't think he's at his seat.
the last thing.
Have the chain go all the way down here, and then right here is the anchor part.
Or that stupid dumbass fucking symbol they all put in.
As I said earlier, it's not
It's whatever, like whatever your job.
not necessarily not
Maybe. Like it has
not good or bad, but
so like for me, it would be an X and
it's Especially in a cash game, a player is
For you, it'd be an action.
usually not at their seat.
What's the sledgehammer card?
You have
I thought that was the action.
you have the smoke breaks that some players take.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You're a fight.
Sometimes they have to go to
Fucking put out a
to the restroom or the washroom, as they say in Canada.
What's out?
Stop. Where?
I did.
What happened?
I got it.
Jay was trying to burn it down.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Chowder was in here. I told Jay, hey Jay, next time you want to burn it down, with Chowder here, I was like, let me know beforehand.
Hey, and he stayed quiet. He stayed quiet.
So $10 button strato. This will be the last hand of Hold'em, and then we will go to Omaha.
He was just smoking cigarette inside the cigarette place, and I guess he didn't have a filter in it, bro.
No, and it was like literally like.
I don't know how big it was. These guys went on to.
Massive partner. Should have seen it. Edinburg FD was on their way.
You're like, I got it, guys. I got it.
Maverick just slipping here with the 7-8 offsuit.
I got it.
Fletcher does the same with his king. And Co with the 8-3 will check his option.
Navy SEALs are respected in the Navy? No?
King high flop, so Maverick flopping middle pair, Fletcher flopping top pair. $32 in the pot, Fletcher betting half pot. I think Maverick should come along here, especially with the 2 clubs, and he does. Clubs coming on the turn, gonna slow down the action.
Okay.
I have 7 dudes.
That movie, you should watch that show, Lioness, bro. Lioness, yeah. No. This was
Yeah, going back to Omaha, I will not
she was,
I will not be surprised if we don't have a all-in on this round of Omaha.
beat her up, whatever, and then she like kind of went into, she like ended up running away from him, and like she went to, and so she got to some door, and it was like the Marines, bro, like, and they're the one that helped her, like, whatever, right? So she enlisted with them, and they end up fucking
He raises to 50.
shipping her out. You gotta watch it, bro. You gotta watch it.
All right, here we go. Fireworks getting ready to start here as Chubbs puts on the raise with the King Jack 10-7. Only has 1 suit. Looks like Maverick with the queens. Should actually be going all in here. Basically calling almost half your stack. Starting a hand with 115. Calls $50. Oh wait, did he add on? It looked like he had more chips beside him.
Are you looking at
He's looking at his first game. Yeah?
79.84.
So Maverick with the club draw. Chubbs pretty much putting them all in. No. He just announced call, so Chubbs gonna need to hit it straight, and Chubbs hits it straight right on the turn. Maverick not drawn dead. He does have a flush draw.
7-10 nuts.
Bet net flat.
Yeah, he has a
So Maverick needed an 8 club. Chubbs has one in his hand,
Bet and net flat.
but the club will arrive, and Maverick will get the double up. So first hand, a PLO. Right off the rip, getting it all in. So that's going to take Chubbs down to probably over 750. Once the hand resets here, we will see the chip stacks. Yeah, so Here come the graphics. Yeah, Chubb's down 700. Maverick, even though he doubled up, he's still losing $45. Stacks are still a little bit shallow, especially for the 4 players. Top 2 players having more than 500. Yeah, Chubbs was the initial raiser here. Would really like that 8 to be a heart or that 5 to be a diamond. So there we go. The flop didn't get picked up. Now it's picked up. So Chubbs with the best hand right now with the 6 somehow. No longer has the best hand as Fletcher turns a set of jacks. But Kuh has a flush draw. Looks like Fletcher going to be betting his set here. There's $75 in the pot. He's betting 50. Kuh with the quick call to the nut flush draw. Everybody else will get out of the way. Into the river we go. Full house for Fletcher. He's hoping his opponent has a queen here. So Chubbs' big blind looks like, I was going to say, it looks like he's away from his seat, but he just walked in. There's the big blind. And there's the straddle from Kuh. You can see the tablet in the middle. This hand taking place at 8:37. We were on the 15-minute delay.
Why is he mad at you?
So 15-minute delay on all poker streams, pretty common across the board. Some places will go up to half an hour, but it really just maintains the integrity of the game. Hashtag integrity. 4 ways to a flop we go. 9 high, 2 spades. And Simon flopping a pair and a flush draw will lead out.
You have to flop it in
PLO? What is it at?
Kuh calling with the straight draw.
They hit 250, then Jay hit 100, then Cheater at.
He's been here since earlier.
So Simon
Well, I mean, he got a haircut maybe like that.
hitting his flush on the river.
No, he cuts it with black hair.
Wow.
Well, he's always cut it with him. Always, like. You know what I'm saying? So,
You can't be a cheater and go with you.
he's only a cheater at poker.
Only a cheater in poker? Bro, what a fucking terrible name to have.
Dude, he's come with this girl before, and like,
Yes.
and you're like, and you don't know his name.
Isaac was drunk one time, he's like, hey, you think if I go into and ask him why they call him cheater?
Wait,
Like this girl was there, I'm like, how the fuck do you do that?
yeah, I said
Hear that, Isaac? Commentate that.
All right, so no straddle this hand. Action is on Maverick.
Oh, Jerry.
That's how he operates, man.
I think I'm just laughing like walk away or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. He's something else.
So everybody just call in the $5 as the 7 comes on the flop. Nobody with a 7. Straight draw for Fletcher.
Like, you're not gonna answer me?
The Jack's the best hand for Maverick, and I think Maverick bet. Yeah, Maverick bet the Jacks. Pretty much hoping nobody had a 7. Nobody had the 7.
Yeah.
He shows the Jacks.
Huh?
I like on straight. Like I thought you had to show on straight.
So 2 more hands of Omaha, and then we go back to Hold'em. Will we have another all-in before we switch back to Hold'em? There you go. Playing Omaha right now, going to Hold'em in 2 hands. Easy for me to say.
Under. How much can I bet on the under? How much do you allow me to bet on the under? Penny's in?
One of Simon's cards not getting scanned, but he folded. Ace King 7-3, double suited, double connected for Cooper Rush, and he's going to hit 2 pair. Open-ended straight draw for Fletcher. Might see some fireworks here as Maverick's actually leading here with bottom 2 pair. Everybody calling. So Connie with the open-ender. Big blank on the turn. So Cooper Rush now with 3 pair. How much does he have left? Maverick picking up a straight draw to go along with his 2 pair. But Cooper Rush has a better 2 pair, and he's going to fold. So Maverick showing the 10-7, which was not good.
That was the king that was hurt?
Yeah.
Hold him out.
What?
Hold him out.
King 10?
So Cooper Rush announced it to the table that he folded King 10, and he was truthful. That pot's gonna get Maverick into the positive. So only 1 player in the negative.
You should have shown your funky king.
As I said, it is a little
The other 2 cards, right?
deceptive,
Set a king.
as
Hit his own eye.
there were 2 other players that bought in earlier and lost, so they're not listed. And then there was a 3rd player who bought in 3 times. But everybody who's sitting at the table is in the positive, with the exception of Chubbs.
Yeah, it's like shit like
$10 button straddle. Last hand of Omaha before we switch back to Hold'em. And we are going 5 ways to the flop. Jack high. Fletcher flopping the best hand, top set. And he's going to put out a bet here. 40 into 50. Don't think anybody has anything to call him with. Fletcher will show.
nuts.
Yeah, Trevor, this first game.
And back to Hold'em we go.
Not playing anymore. This first game was show.
They still fucking bring that up.
Let's see if we have a straddle.
Remember those,
Jerry went 4 times.
Yeah.
He went 4 times, 4 times.
Yeah. Oh.
Fletcher with the 8-6. I think he thought he was the big blind, but he was not. Simon with the ace-jack, raising it up to 20 here. Actually, he just called the 20. It was Cuh who raised it up with the king-deuce. Oh, Simon flopping a flush draw. He's going to check. Cuh checks behind. Simon hits his flush. He will put out a small bet. Get a quick fold from Cuh. Chubbs will make a comeback, and I don't. See, it's going to be hard for him to come back. I mean, he might not lose 700, but I don't see him getting back into green based upon this lineup.
La oreja se me calentaron.
¿Las qué? Ah. You were first that last time.
But Chubbs does definitely drive the action. You can see him raising it up here with the king 10. And he makes the quick fold as he gets 3-bet from Simon on the button with the queens. Nice flop for Simon with the queens. He'll put out the continuation bet. Cuh put it on the $10 straddle.
You're gonna have file numbers for this?
Yeah, I already have
Some big ones or no?
200, 100, 1,000, 3,000.
Yeah. File numbers?
No, like I have, like.
All right, sports trivia time.
Motor, like 200.
Obviously, you have to know the answer off the top of your head without Googling. Oh, Chubb's going all in here. Fletcher? Fletcher might call him. Yes, Fletcher only has 7 high, but he is up 1,000 now. Fletcher's not going to call him. All right, this is one of those sneaky question. There are 4 major sports leagues in North America, in the United States. In the U.S., there are 4 majors. Of course, the NFL, the NBA,
But they did 100% payout. And I didn't cash
MLB,
I saw some post some shit like that.
and NHL. So you have football, hockey, basketball, baseball. 4 major sports leagues in the United States.
But it's like, how does that guy do it?
There are only 4 cities
No, not.
that have all 4
Property, we paid everything.
professional sports teams within the city limit. Within the city limits of that city.
Shit like that, right?
There's only 4. Only 4 cities in the U.S. where all 4 professional sports teams are located within that city limit. And let me knock the first one out of the way that everybody always says. 3 kings for Chubbs. And he's all in. So I will knock the one that everybody always says, and it makes sense. New York City. New York City is the incorrect answer because both their football teams, the New York Giants and the New York Jets, they don't even play in the state of New York. Their stadium is located in New Jersey. So that answer is not correct. Seems like an easy answer, but it's not. There are 4 cities in the U.S. that have all 4 professional sports teams. Does Cuh have a spade? Oh no, Cuh has a king. Yeah, I flipped those hands. So Chubbs did not think that Cuh had a king. Chubbs did not think that Cuh had a spade. So he went all in on a bluff, and it worked. All right, somebody taking a guess. Los Angeles is wrong, my friend. Boston is wrong. Los Angeles is wrong. The SoFi Stadium for the football team is located in Inglewood, California. Boston is wrong because the Patriots, they do not play in the city of Boston. They play in Foxborough. Like I said, it seems like an easy question. I will say Chicago and Philadelphia, those are correct. Philadelphia is kind of cheating, especially if you're from the northeast coast, because basically all their stadiums are, they're all there next to each other. They're all together next to each other. But yes, you did get 2 out of 3, or 2 out of 4.
Unless we like deposit on Bovada or
Got a comment here. Hello, friends. I'm enjoying your stream and would love to join your community and support you as a fan. If you don't mind, hit me up. So, got somebody out on Discord, Friday_12. All right, obviously I will say the answer here in a little bit, but let it go for another 5 minutes. Oh, yeah, that's another one. So we got 3 out of the 4. Yeah, Detroit is another one. It's funny because Detroit used to not be an answer, as their football team, the Lions, when they played in the Silverdome, that was in Pontiac, Michigan, and when their basketball team used to play in Auburn Hills. Their basketball team used to play in Auburn Hills, but when they built the new hockey stadium, the Little Caesars Arena, they moved in. All right, so got another guess here. Chicago, yes, Chicago's correct. Philadelphia's correct. Detroit's correct. Miami is not correct. The Miami Dolphins do not play in the city of Miami. They play in Miami Gardens, and their hockey team, the Florida Panthers, they play north of Miami in the city of Sunrise. So missing 1. We got 3 out of the 4. As I said, it does seem like a simple question, and everybody always says New York. Or if they don't say New York, they'll say Dallas. And both the Cowboys and the Rangers play in Arlington, Texas. So missing 1 city.
Oh, it says Air Force right there.
Hey, you were in the Air Force, right? Were you?
I mean,
Shit. Thanks, honey.
I would hope he's not. What is that? Those people, stolen banner or whatever. Those people that wear the army fucking shit, the suit and shit. Yeah, I mean, you never see like those fucking like jokes that people fucking make, like of like people like that say stuff. Yeah, that's all about banner.
Maverick flopping a flush draw.
You're like going like to get, you know how they get like discounts and shit like that, like.
But like you.
And Maverick hits his flush.
You're like disrespected overall, right? Like it doesn't matter what you did.
Why would you be disrespected?
No, that you'll be respected.
I mean, amongst other situations, people don't know, yeah, but like, if you don't like,
All right, I'll give you Colorado, but it's actually Denver. Denver's the answer. Denver's the fourth city. Denver, all 4 professional sports
Or
teams
like somebody who just
play
goes
within
to
the
fucking
city.
Friday.
Somebody that's a Marine, but they're just a driver. I don't know. I don't think they did.
Yeah, so as I said, the answer, Chicago, Philly, Chicago,
I
Philadelphia,
don't know exactly what they drove, but I know.
Detroit,
Hey, but I mean,
and Denver.
you just say I was in the Marines. So
That's why I'm saying.
fuck whatever.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Where they ask you?
No. He's a Marine.
So feel free to
What was your rate or MOS?
stump your friends with that question. It is a sports question that I kind of made up on my own, as like a lot of people really don't know where sport teams play.
It's
Like
saying
the San
like,
Francisco
I'm
49ers,
saying like, I'm in the NFL. And like, what do you do? Like,
they actually play in Santa Clara, which is right next to San Jose, California. All right, here we go. Back to Omaha. Oh, I was watching the Nuggets. Set of 6s for Simon.
I'm honestly names, but there's I made a big poker player that was in the Marines.
that's the first question.
If you had 2, I made the right choice.
That's the follow-up question.
Too close out there, you know, I don't want to just talk and all.
This is Mailman. You have it?
Okay.
He was
Mailman?
he was the first one in.
Yeah, you run that.
Talk about Mailman from the app?
Yeah.
We'll find out in 15 minutes time. Check.
Yeah, if I just call.
So will we see another all-in on this round of Omaha?
Hand pocket nine, you know, got there.
He's always told me,
Cannot pull my
I
hand.
met him one time at, I met him one time at Rose, and he's like, you're Fletcher.
Actually,
Yeah.
if I rate at 25, I think you
I don't
call.
know, I guess, like,
And the
fucking
blood round.
people-
Missed deal.
Everybody calls. 25
Yeah, how was that, bro? Get in there, whatever. So I got it.
So do the part to see the turn. But
Oh, you know what?
the turn, you know, my
They started
stuff
talking
coming
about because of
down.
that one game when I went up to Rounders to go play Freddy.
So we will have some specials for the month of February, but we still have a couple of days left for the 5 for 50. That ends tomorrow.
But it
You
was,
can redeem that once per day.
Oh, it's a high note.
Yeah, it was high note. Yeah, so Freddie had invited me. I got there. I was partying, and I got there after Rounders.
Sun run?
Everybody. in
Sun
there.
run? Yeah.
So he was like, hey, I know, bro. Like, on this app, whatever. Like, whatever. And he would always message me, hey.
Everybody just putting out the $5. And Fletcher's going to be raising his big blind. Nice hand for Fletcher. Ace, king, 5 deuce. Double suited.
Or I'll go to this place, we barbecue, and just talk for hours about stories.
Quadruple connected. The ace works with the king. The ace works with the deuce. Ace works with the 5. The 5 works with the deuce. Instead, it's all going to be spades. Maverick flopping the flush. The nuts. Let's see if he bets it. No, he's going to check. Does the board pair? No, the board doesn't pair. So now he has a straight flush draw. Fletcher does have 2 pair here, so he'll be able to boat up.
Good news or the bad news? Bad news first? We're ready to go to the fourth quarter. We're up 14.
So Maverick not going anywhere. Does he raise? That is the question. Open-ended straight flusher. Already has the nut flush, the ace-high flush. And looks like he's just going to call. So Fletcher not drawing dead. Needs a king or a 5.
But what I
Maverick's going to wind up with the flush here. Does Fletcher slow down? He does not.
It's college, right?
Fletcher put it out about 60. And here comes the raise for Maverick.
Yeah.
Does have some green chips there, so he has about 300. And he's going to announce pot here.
Had I known they played 3 weeks ago and they was at 40
Have the nutters.
Oh, he's given the speech. He just asked Fletcher, what do you have to pair? And then he raises. That's usually a pretty big tell when you give a speech and then raise. And Fletcher will make the fast fold, and we will move on to the next hand.
He's over there like this.
Is that really? You got a nut?
Alright, Jeffrey.
Open down straight flush strong. Nut flush. Oh. Life's good, partner.
And somebody bat into it?
Saying they have the nuts.
What do you have?
So Chubb's still in the red. Cooper Rush barely in the green.
I like that a lot.
So Chubb's is big blind here. No straddle.
I wanted that border pair, man. I had to say it. Pair that shit. Oh, baby.
Action on Cuh.
Yeah, pair that shit. I was like, that shit gets paired on the river. That shit gets paired on the river. You're all mine. You're all mine.
You what? I respect 200 minimum.
So Cuh bringing it in for the $5 with the Ace King 7-5. Does have
Get
diamonds.
the nuts.
Maverick just won the last hand. Makes the $5 call. Cooper Rush with the rundown hand, the 5-6-7-9. And Chubbs will complete. We'll go 5 ways to a $25 pot. Maverick with the best equity right now.
Come on.
Maverick still with the best hand, has the pocket tens. Also has an 8.
Raise the nut.
Yeah. I mean, Jeffrey. you're not
Nobody
gonna
with the
slow.
jack. Everybody checking. To the turn we go.
How much is it? And they're just like,
Big turn for Cooper Rush. Has a pair, a straight draw, and a flush draw. You can see he has the best equity right now.
You know that
Doesn't mean he's going to win the hand, but 46% of the time, if this hand goes to showdown, he's going to be winning. Cuh with the straight draw of his own makes the call. Exactly $100 in the pot.
You know what they should start doing?
And it's going to be the tens of Maverick who winds up with the best 10.
Hey, you know what we also give out? Like,
Does Cooper Rush bluff? He does not. The tens for Maverick will take it down.
Can you beat that?
I think so.
Oh, come on, man.
I mean, you have 2 pairs.
Come on, you have position.
holy
Do
fuck,
something, man.
you look
Come
like
on.
you beat it, but you don't.
That's
Do
what I said.
something,
I
man.
don't think so.
That's crazy.
You have the buttons for, man. Come
I was
on.
open-handed too.
Isaac's gonna be disappointed on that one.
You can't beat a Marine and you can't beat Air Force? No. That's why he's a seaman.
All right, dealer change. Jeremiah back.
Bye-bye.
Bro, that's fucking fun.
You know, in Houston, where Austin, they do it in the street, they do it on.
Yeah, in California too. We should do like an open hand, like $25 and just run it.
No, TCH.
Oh,
Austin.
can we do that or no? I mean, I ask if we could do like an open hand, like a $25. It'd be like bump out, like $25.
Let me ask the boss.
Every dealer change.
I mean, it would be like a normal hand.
Yeah, it would be like a normal hand.
Everybody's
Yeah,
checking all the way.
yeah.
They want
It's not fun.
anything else?
Not fun.
All right, so the player's talking about changing it up here as they have been playing 6-handed for a while. I believe they're just going to do a $25 open hand where everybody puts in $25 and they pretty much just check it all the way down. So a flip, no, it's going to be 20. Yeah, so $20 PLO.
You okay, you pay. If you don't okay, you don't
And the
pay.
players have agreed to check this down. Players have agreed to check this down. So normally what happens in these cases is the first player that has to show will show one card, and then the next player has to beat that hand, and they'll continue to open cards until they're able to beat the hand. So it's a fun little sweat. Really breaks things up. So we're gonna know.
So everybody would put in a certain amount and then check it down, bro. So we would bet on the money.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I didn't know, or whatever.
Good luck, everybody.
So we might know who the winner is before the players know who the winner is, depending on if they choose to open one card at a time or just turn over their hand. But the players have agreed to check it down here. Yeah, so they are scanning their cards, so we're gonna know the winners before. So the way it normally happens is once they get down to the river. Yeah, the players that announce are gonna sweat it. So Chubbs will show one card. Chubbs will show one card. Oh, so Cooper Rush. Yeah. So he has to beat a queen. Oh, he has an 8. An 8 beats a queen. All right, so now Maverick will look at his card. It's very anticlimactic for us since we already know what the cards are, but it's a very fun, nice sweat for the dealers. But Cooper Rush is going to be winning the hand. Essentially, the players are rolling over one card until they're able to beat their opponents.
He beat you with an 8. It's over. Fair race. It's over. I got a 3.
No.
So Cooper Rush has shown the ace. He's only shown one card, and he's beating everybody with just that one card. Yeah, so he's just going to show one card, and he's going to...
No!
Oh, 2 pair.
He's looking at me, bro.
Bro,
He's looking at me.
only the 3.
Yeah.
He beats you, bro.
He's actually just going to win here with one card, but they'll show all of his cards at the end.
Or an ace, whatever, yeah.
Nada. Okay, take it out.
All right, so now he revealed all his cards. But he flipped one card, and nobody was able to beat just the one card.
King, queen, queen, 9.
Go ahead, check. Go ahead.
I'm upset. Go ahead, go ahead. Hey.
All right, 2 more hands for Omaha, and then we will go back to Hold'em.
Hey, I had said 25, he's like 20.
Yeah.
He probably would have wanted to 15.
I beat Caesar in a hand. In an open hand, but it still counts. For the first time. Isaac, make sure you say that.
Because he say 20. He say 25. He don't want to play. I don't want to play.
Oh, okay. You see,
Then
I made money.
he don't
Maybe
want
the
anything.
max, yeah.
Alright, bring it 5.
Simon, Jack 733. Don't think he should be calling here, and he agrees. Quick fold from Cooper Rush as he takes a little break. Oh, kings for Cuh here. And he does have a suited ace to go with it. He takes it up to 20. Maverick with the 10s. And the Jack 10 will probably be making the call.
20?
Did he put on a 3-bet? No, he just called.
Yeah. 1 cross, yes. 5 calls.
It's showing Cuh put on the 3-bet because of the $5 bring-in. And it is going to be a wrap for Maverick here. These are actually the types of hands that you want to be raising with. $40 bet. He should be raising here with his hand. He's probably just going to call, to be honest with you, but this is a hand that you want to be raising. You have backdoor clubs and you have a wrap. with 2 overcards and an overpair.
One calls, 5.
You can see he does have 61% equity, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to win when it goes to showdown.
3 players.
Turns a set, but that's going to give Ka some straight outs.
9 checks. 9 checks. 1 bet.
Oh, we can actually see Fletcher's hand.
1 40.
Bluff the center.
5 folds, 9 folds. And 8 bluffs.
You don't have any picture. You don't have any picture. Yeah.
Yeah, Jeffrey.
No picture.
Yeah.
He has the straight.
Alright, no picture.
He has the straight and he has the set. Both of those
There, he has top set.
beat everybody else.
Low straight. This they have a straight but low straight.
Mando.
To the 7.
So it did work out for him as he was 60% to win
Oh, yeah, top set?
on the turn, but I really feel he should have been raising there. You have to have some sort of
ESPN here?
raising
Oh, shit, okay. I didn't see it.
range with your hands.
We got 8.
Last hand for Omaha before we go back to Hold'em. There's going to be a $10 button straddle. Action's going to be on Maverick, who is now up to the second biggest winner of the night.
Yeah. Small blind, big blind, 10 check player jumper. What's that?
Action is on Maverick.
Oh, yeah.
Don't think he could call the 10 here,
One call.
but he just won the last hand, so he's going to be playing his rush.
9 checks. 4 players.
4 ways to a flop we go. Simon with aces just making the call.
Alright, we got 3 players to flop. Welcome to the table.
And he's going to flop a flush draw to go along with his aces. He also has a straight draw with the king 10.
See 2 bets.
Did somebody hit a set here? Okay.
You just came in.
1 check. 3 bet 20.
Simon betting 20. Ka making the call. Needing a 10 for a straight. But you can see Simon has a 10. Cooper Rush has 2 10s.
Bro, I put a lot of hours in this business. Like here, this establishment. And you walked in and you're fucking Dairy Queen commercial.
3 players to
I've never
the
seen Dairy Queen commercial.
3 of spades on the turn.
As soon as you walked in.
That's what I'm saying.
He's like, look.
So it's a 3 of spades. It's not a 10. That's why the graphics are wrong. It's a 3 of spades. It's not a 10. And there's the 9. So the aces of Simon are going to be good here. Once again, that is a 3 of spades on the turn. So the graphics are wrong. The winning hand belongs to Simon with the aces. Aces and 9s.
I can come to my business or what?
All right. I think what happened,
Is it?
since we were obviously streaming, we do have a player. Oh, he's coming in for a lot of chips. What is that, 2,500? All right, so I said earlier Chubbs wasn't going to be able to make it back based upon the lineup. Chubbs might be able to make it back now that a player is buying in for 2,500. So I think he has the entire table covered. So 1,000 plus 700 plus 400. Yeah, so Big Tuna coming in, and he has more chips than everybody else combined.
1, 2, bring for 5. Starting.
Wow. Buckle your seatbelt, folks. And Big Tuna's trying to straddle, but he's not able to straddle. Next hand, Big Tuna.
Sorry, Bob, we're not doing that tonight. Let's get this game juicy.
Alright, bring it for 5.
I'm thinking Chubbs is going to add on to his stack.
7 raises into 25. 9 calls, 1 fold, 2 folds.
Cup calling the raise here with 10 high. Big Tuna with the ace has the best hand right now. But Ka is going to outflop him, hitting a 6. Big Tuna will put out the continuation bet to 20. Quick call from Ka with middle pair. See if Big Tuna slows down. He does. River coming to 9. Big Tuna can only win by bluffing, but it is the first hand, so he's just going to wave the white flag. Actually doing the math again real quick, the entire table has more than 3,000, so he doesn't. He doesn't. It just seems like he has. There's the straddle. So there is a $25 straddle under the gun. Nobody wants to play with Big Tuna. Big Tuna catching another ace. He does show it.
That's only when the game's established and he's giving up the everyone's not listening.
Sit down, but Vinay.
I don't have it.
What's that?
I got Chelsea.
I'm not sure if there is a max buy-in on this game. That's what they're trying to figure out.
He doesn't want to sit here, but he's like talking to his girl and shit, like, yeah.
Like whenever you're on the phone with a girl.
Yeah, that's what he's like, yeah, he's like,
Yeah, so apparently it was 1,000. The max was 1,000.
Damn, you're aggressive, bro.
before you hang up, tell me you love me.
You're fucking aggressive. I was more like,
No, you hang up.
tell me you love me.
Tell me you fucking love me.
So there was a $1,000 cap on the game, so Big Tuna will put some of his chips, put half of his chips away. So, Phony Turgeson asking about how the action is so far, and I think it's about to heat up.
Heads up action.
Yeah, we do stream every Friday night, so I think we've been streaming for a while. We've had 3 seats open for a while, so I think the word got out that there's seats open, and it's a good game here. So there's a chance that we're going to end this stream with a full table. Started with a full table, and then we lost 3 players, but we might finish this stream, as it is scheduled to end at about 11:15. That is Texas time, Central time. It is 9:30 right now, 9:32.
2 folds, 4 folds, 5 raises it to 15.
Oh, Kings for Big Tuna. Puts out the 3-bet. And Fletcher, who was up 1,000 at this at one point, going to make the call in position. Big Tuna doesn't like the ace. but he's going to continue on for 25. Fletcher needing a king. So Big Tuna thinks he wants the king, but that is quite the opposite. See what Big Tuna does now. Not only the ace, but now the jack beats him, but he's not deterred. Now he wants that king. Oh, Fletcher making the call, as the king on the river would be disastrous. It was actually 30, is that 35 on the turn? Almost $200 in the pot. There's a $40 bet on the turn. Still waiting to see what Big Tuna does here on the river. And he's going to bet 200. He doesn't think his opponent has an ace or a jack. Fletcher with just queen high here. Pretty much has to give this up. We've had 3 seats open for a while, Edward. We do stream every Wednesday night and every Friday night, and we are getting another seat filled up here. So let us see who seat number 3 is there. I don't think they've put him in the system yet. Yeah, they still haven't put him in the system.
Can you get Sweeney here? How much? Sweeney. Yeah, with 25 in the bottom. 640. 640?
Yeah, so seat 3 coming in for 640. So the last 2 players that have sat down, I want to say like the biggest buy-in at the beginning was about $300, maybe $400. But Big Tuna coming in for 1,000, and now Sweeney coming in for 640. So 1 seat open, 1 seat open. Maverick with the 10s just calls the $10 straddle. Simon does the same. And Big Tuna, who put on the straddle, is going to check his option. Has an ace.
All right, we got 4 players to the flop.
4 ways to a flop we go. King high flop. The 10s still out in front. Cannot like the flop though. Everybody checks around. Board pairing. Basically, the first player who bets at this pot is going to win. Big Tuna thinking about stabbing. He thinks better. So the 10s with the best hand. And looks like he's finally going to bet him.
Once he gets to 1, we'll go back to the pit. Seat 1 bets 25. 2 folds, 5 folds.
So we do have a couple more hands of Hold'em. And then once the button gets back to seat 1, we will go back to Omaha. Big Tuna can't call here. He can only raise. Unless if he's really curious to see what Maverick has. Oh, he's very curious. So he's going to call, see the bad news. But Big Tuna just sat out. I don't think he has much history with Maverick, so that is literally paying for information. So Big Tuna pays for the information. It was $25. And he will definitely file that away for later on. You can see this hand taking place at 9:24 there on the tablet. And then you add the 15 minutes. Actually 14 minutes tonight, which is the delay for the stream. So 2 more hands of Hold'em, then we'll go back to Omaha. Under the gun, Simon gets rid of the 9-4. Welcome to the game, Sweeney, as he will make the fast fold with the 10-4. Cooper Rush just calling the $5 with the 9s. Fletcher will raise it, and now Big Tuna will re-raise it to 55. What is Cooper Rush going to do here? Oh, there you go. So now the limp makes sense. All right, we got a fair fight here. It's the classic race situation. Ace King versus 9s. And Big Tuna is actually favored here, as I would imagine that either a 9 has been folded or all of the aces and kings are left in the deck. Let's see the outs on the top.
285. 285. Yeah, score at 285. Yeah, okay, we're running it twice.
I voted 2 of these.
Oh, they're running it twice, so very good chance it's going to be a chop pot. Yeah, there's been 1 king folded, but there's also been a 9 folded. Ace on the river for Big Tuna. He will take the first one. Here comes the second board. And another ace. Cooper Rush. Oh, so both 9s have been folded. That's why you saw the percentages beforehand favoring the ace king. So normally a pocket pair would be a slight favorite, maybe like 52% versus 48%. Normally a pocket pair would be favored over 2 overcards. But since the software keeps track of which cards have been folded, it's able to give you a more accurate percentage. So when all the money went in, the ace king was actually favored. It was favored by at least 10%, I thought. But the reason why is the software was already factoring in the 2 9s have been folded.
Been here since earlier, bro. I heard you hit the high hand. How much is that?
And then I hit it again. $50,
So I think Cooper Rush is not going to rebuy. These players are able to pick whatever names they choose to on the stream as long as it's not derogatory. And when you pick a name like Cooper Rush, you're going to have an uphill battle if you're trying to win. If you pick a name like Dak, you're going to have an uphill battle trying to win. If you pick a name like CD, once again, an uphill battle. I'm not saying you're going to lose. I'm just saying makes it a little bit harder. So Big Tuna flopping the queen. And Fletcher with the big bet here. Betting 100 into 163, so about 2/3 of the pot. Big Tuna does have another player to worry about, as it is 3 ways. I think maybe if it was heads up there, he might have called in position, but he did have the other player to worry about. So PLO style, here we come. And I'm going to make a prediction. We're going to see a big pot within the next 5 hands here. We're going to see a pot worth over 500 within the next 5 hands. Let's see if Big Tuna puts on the straddle.
1, 2, bro.
As he does. No, it's Fletcher. Fletcher has the straddle.
He was a cook.
So 4 cards here, PLO. Looks like Fletcher ordering a beer, as there is a full-service bar here at the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. That's a hand to fold, and he does. Big Tuna squeezes his cards.
5 full.
It is $5 bring-in, but he's got an ace. He's going to be raising it up to 20
7 pots.
or 15.
I mean, you hear like, damn, you've been working the same job.
15. It would have been 20 if somebody limped.
Yeah, bro, like, I see people like, go from job to job, you know.
I knew people working the same job like 40 years.
Yeah, I mean, I've been the same job 15 years. I've been cutting hair 15 years already, bro. Like, that's all I've done. And in 5 years, I'm already going to be 20 years cutting hair. It's crazy, right? Like,
20 years?
20 years cutting hair in 5 years.
You have a lot of experience.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like.
Nobody with clubs. Actually, Maverick with clubs.
9 checks.
Where you at? Where you stationed at right now?
10 on the turn for Maverick, so he had the best hand or the best equity before, and now has the best hand with the 10. No, wait, Big Tuna has 2 pairs. It's real crazy to keep track of all these hands. Maverick gonna call or raise? Just gonna call. Straight draw for Sweeney. And it looks like he's gonna pay the $40 to see it.
You know how they make those videos, people like on TikTok or whatever? They came out like asking like the people like, hey man, you a citizen or not? Like, they give you a hard time, bro. Like, oh, I'm gonna answer. What are we gonna answer? Like, I know my rights. And it's like, bro,
And there's the straight for Sweeney. It's not the nut straight,
that's all you gotta say.
but it looks like he's gonna lead out here. $181 in the pot,
C3 bets 130.
and he's gonna bet 130.
I got some clients that work at the other one. Edinburg, and then I got some right here in McCandon.
Oh, Big Tuna put it on a move here.
7 pots it.
I think Sweeney has enough to fold, even though he has the best hand. But he does have enough to fold. Big Tuna representing the straight. Keep in mind, Sweeney does not have the nut straight as the 7, a 7-9. A 7-9 is the nut straight. A 7-3 is also. So Sweeney with the sucker straight might be able to get away from it, even though it would be a bad fold. But it would totally be an understandable fold. You can see Sweeney's really thinking about it here. And based upon his stack size, he is going to fold. So nice play there by Big Tuna, getting the better hand to fold. He got a straight to fold. Maybe Sweeney calls there with 7-3, but there was a lot of other straights to beat him. And he had the sucker straight, got raised. And just like that, Big Tuna's up over $600.
Why is he in the airport? He's in the airport.
I mean, he might sometimes go there because he's in town. Those guys just like,
That's what they at the airport?
sometimes, not all the time, but like it's a duty to go have work.
So especially when it comes to Omaha, the board is always changing. So the cards can be very, very spicy. Big Tuna, Raisin, has the Jack 9, 5-6.
Did they shoot somebody? a one promotion or like
4 players.
4 ways to a flop, $60 in the middle.
they shot like a
Top 2 pair for Sweeney. And you have Fletcher with the wrap. It's going to go check around. Fletcher hidden his straight with the Jack-9. Keep in mind, it is not the nut straight. Now Sweeney leading out. Fletcher just calling. Big Tuna with the same hand as Fletcher, the Jack-9. But he does have the redraw. So you can see the Big Tuna actually has the best percentage right now. Even though he has the same hand as Fletcher, he has the redraw. And in Omaha, redraws are really, really important.
3 players.
So it should be a chop pot between Fletcher and Big Tuna. Sweeney with another bet. Big Tuna might raise it here. See what Big Tuna does. If he pots it here, he might get Fletcher to fold. What the pot be? 50 times 3 is 150 plus the trail 200. And then plus what's in the pot. No, he's just going to call. So it's going to be a chop pot between Fletcher and Big Tuna with the Dairy Queen hoodie. So Chubb's away from his seat right now. And Cooper Rush not rebuying. So we have 4 players who lost at least 1 buy-in each that are no longer at the table. So $1, $2 blinds. The $5 is not a third blind, it is a bring-in. In other words, if you're going to limp, you need to limp for $5, not the $2. Co bringing it in for 5 with the pocket 5s. Also has an 8 and a deuce. Maverick with the King 9-7 deuce. Lets it go. Simon makes the call with his ace. Oh, Sweeney with the aces raises it up to 25. I don't think he was potting it, was he? The 5 times 3, 15 plus 3. Yeah, I mean, I think pot would have been 30, taking into account the blinds. Either ways, we're going 3 ways to a flop. The ace is way out in front right now. And the ace is still out in front, but probably doesn't like the 2 jacks on the board. Might put out a small bet here. He puts out a pot-sized bet. Pretty much telling his opponents, if you have the jack, you have the jack. But none of his opponents with the jack.
Sorry, bro. There's gonna be no folds on the table.
So Chubb's not at his seat. He will get blinded out. And let's see if anybody puts on a straddle. Actually, Cuz putting out the big blind, but he is not big blind. So this is one of the unique things to the stream. It's like a tournament. You do get blinded out. This is not the case at a normal cash game table at the Texas Card House. If you're not at your seat at a normal cash game table, you will get a missed blind button. You'll get a missed blind button. And then when you come back, you pay the blind that you missed. But the way the stream works with the software, there are no missed blinds.
Y'all been to that, what is it, that BMW, whatever, where Bob Steakhouse used to be at? That seafood?
Yeah.
I went there one time and I got a...
The one that está por
Aquí donde está la Academy. El HW, ¿cómo se llama?
yo como puro marisco ahí.
Sí, I mean the seafood is good, but I got
Big Tuna raising it up here.
It's real white, bro. The Pedro's? No, I haven't tried it, bro. I heard nothing but bad shit about it.
But don't eat steak there.
Yeah, no. The seafood is good, yeah, but not.
You know how many holes?
Big Tuna, I like the aggression. I don't like his position.
That's all you can eat, right?
As Simon
Yeah.
flops a king with the ace, king, 10-5. Nobody with diamonds.
That Pedro's
Big Tuna
pretty
with
hurt.
bottom 2 pair.
Food's trash.
A little surprising that he checked it, considering he was the aggressor pre-flop. 7 coming on the turn. Big Tuna still with the best hand with the 9-4.
But now in the street food over there, they put sushi.
He checks again.
It's not bad. And the sashimi is nice.
Yeah, I like sushi.
To the river we go. Big Tuna gonna wind up with the best hand somehow. He has 2 pair.
Ahorita la gente quiere ir para Guadalajara. You know how much they charge?
Sweeney doesn't think anybody has a king, so he's gonna bet his queens.
Piece of land.
No, for land.
But he's gonna see
Oh, it's land.
that somebody has 2 pair.
To the 10. Straight to the jack.
Oh, actually, Big Tuna river in a straight. Yeah, so Sweeney bet his straight, the 10-6. And Ka also at the 10-6.
The hanger for the airplane, $300.
As I said, it is hard to keep track of all the hands and all the outs. But Sweeney actually bet his 10-6 straight. And you can see he was not good. Which is the reason why he folded his straight earlier when somebody raised him on the river. So Big Tuna with a $10 straddle. Big Tuna with the $10 straddle. Action's going to be on Chubbs, but he's not at his seat, so he will fold. So action will be on the big blind Ka, as the action does start to the left of the straddle.
For real?
Yeah, $10 betting straddle. I just
How much accidents is it?
8 fold.
Ka taking a look at his cards. He will fold. Puts out his big blind at $2.
Where's she getting her license? Huh? Here, my son?
Just you think about it, like, what if this is the last time, right?
C3
Like, what if, yeah.
Sweeney with the kings raises it up to 25. Fletcher, ace 10, 4 deuce, does have hearts, but doesn't want to play. And only $15 for Big Tuna to make the call. He is going to be making the call.
What happened to 7 cards?
45-55 is the percentages right now. The kings out in front by 5%. Ace on the flop. That's the bad news for the kings. The good news is there's 2 hearts, and he has 2 hearts in his hand. So he will put out the continuation bet, and that should get the job done. Don't think Big Tuna is going to get out of line here, and he does not. So 2 more hands of Omaha. I don't think we've seen a $500 pot yet, have we?
Ah, okay.
So just to get your pilot's license,
$100.
that you have to pay?
Yeah, because the fuel costs, like, you have to pay for it.
You know how much I paid in 1977? $10.
I have a buddy that's practicing to get his license. His brother already flies commercial planes. Yeah, he's one of my clients. Like he's my age, bro. He's my age.
Because you have to log in all the hours. So from my start to finish, they say it's north of 70,000 or 80,000 a day.
But is there like
So no straddle this hand.
Bedford or no?
Simon folds. Sweeney
You have to do hours.
makes the call.
The money because you're paying.
Fletcher folding. Big Tuna raising it up to 20. Big Tuna with 7 high. Chubbs had a good hand, but he was not at his seat. Cug gonna be making the call. Has hearts and diamonds.
She has her driver's license, but she doesn't
Maverick
don't have the pilot's license. And that's because the town in high school said that.
gets out of the way.
Yeah, McCann be three. Well, they had that dude, that fucking dude that went to the Olympics. What's his name?
He almost got a silver, right?
Huh? Yeah. What's his name?
3 ways to a flop.
Shane, yeah, Shane.
7 deuce deuce, 2 clubs. Nobody with clubs. Nobody with a deuce. Big Tuna with the 7, and he's gonna bet the 7. 40. Cuh has the pocket pair, not ready to let go of the pocket 4s.
Heads up to the turn.
He's gonna hit a 5, but that's still not good. Does have a straight draw. Big Tuna putting out a big bet. This should get the job done. He announced pot. Cuh called to hit a 4. But he did not hit the 4. Cuh's really thinking about this. Must put his opponent strictly on a flush draw.
Hey, can you call
But you
Dorothy
can see he
to
only
play?
has, it's showing he has $240, but it looks like he has less in his stack. Yeah, he's got less in his stack. So it looks like Chubbs is back and he brought some more chips. So Chubbs added on 500. Chubbs was away for a little bit. I guess he was rounding up some more money to add on. All right, one more hand of Omaha, and then we will switch back to Hold'em. Yeah, so Chubbs adding on 500. And there will be a $10 straddle. $10 straddle. Action's going to be on seat 1, Maverick.
We got $10 winning straddle. Action starts in the small blind.
Let's see what Maverick has.
Straddle. Action starts in the small blind.
Action starts in the small blind, not on Sweeney because of the straddle.
Perro caliente.
Yeah, action does start on the small blind.
Bien caliente.
No, no tengo tomate. Ketchup, mayonesa y mostaza. Ah, ok, está bien. Esos 3.
And everybody just calling the 10, so we are going 4 ways to a flop. 2 players with ace queen, and a queen comes on the board. Simon flopping top and bottom pair. A straight draw. Or is that a straight? 9-10? Yeah, 9-10's a straight, right? Yeah. So Cuh with the 9-10.
Can you catch that?
Like here.
So Simon and Cuh both at about a coin flip right here. That's going to give an other pair for Simon, but the straight's still good for Cuh. Cuh's all in here, and Simon's going to call it off. Looking for the board to pair. Looking for a bigger straight. King will make him a straight to chop. King is a chop out. Instead, the straight of Cuh is going to win.
Straight to the queen.
Got out a pair and a 10. Spread out the way.
So Simon with 3 pair and a straight draw. Not able to get there. Thought we would have an all-in during the round of Omaha, and we did. All right, back to Hold'em we go. Back to Hold'em we go. So it'll be 8 hands of Hold'em, and then we'll go back to Omaha. So Hold'em defense, Hold'em.
It's not coming from me.
Oh, yeah. Bro, come on, bro. You're like all the hours you put in and you still don't.
The ham was over.
How many hours did you say?
I don't know.
Oh, hold him. Hold him, hold him. Bring it back. Bring it back. There you go.
I was waiting for him to say something. But I was just saying.
So action is on Fletcher. King 7 makes the fold. Big Tuna does the same. Chubbs also folding.
Yeah.
Georgie was there for 50.
Cuh
Yeah, I'm just
with the ace 10 takes it up to 15. Simon out of the small blind makes the call with the 8-4 of clubs. Sweeney also making the call with the Queen 8. So Simon in pretty bad shape here. Needs to hit a 4, needs to hit some clubs. All right, so obviously Sweeney does not have Queen 8 of diamonds, because there is the Queen on the board. Showing Sweeney has Queen 8 of diamonds, but the Queen is on the boards, though. One of Sweeney's cards misread in here.
Honestly, I don't even know like what kind of food that would be. Like, what would that be like? Okay. Oh, but there's like ceviches, there's chinos. There's right next to my shop. That one ceviche 76. No?
Bro, she had it like 5 days in a row.
Yeah, well, welcome back to the stream.
One time, but she hasn't had it again, but
Yeah, I can't have it that much.
So we are streaming from South Texas tonight. We are at the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. We're at the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. One of six Texas Card House locations across the state of Texas. One of 4 streaming locations. We do stream on the main channel. This is the main channel, TCH Live, with over 50,000 subscribers. We do stream on the main channel every Friday night. $10 button straddle from Big Tuna, and you have Chubbs raising it up to 30. Cuh folding. So Big Tuna with the flat tire, the Jack 9. Some of these cards did not get scanned, and that's what the delay is.
That's why I like you.
I think everybody's going to fold here. Now we're going heads up to a flop. Chubbs raising it up to 30, and he did get a call.
Isaac. Ese güey sabe todo de todo, güey. Ese güey sabe. He'll tell you exactly. Yeah, he'll tell you exactly where those places are.
So he got a call from either Maverick or Simon. How about Sweeney? I think he got a call from Sweeney. Yeah, Sweeney. Oh, Sweeney flopping 2 pair. He does check. Chubbs will put out the continuation bet of 30.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see if Sweeney raises here. Sweeney just makes the call, hoping his opponent continues on the turn. The 4, giving some outs to Chubbs, as any 5 will make him a straight now. Sweeney gonna bet. Sweeney gonna take it. So Sweeney with the 6-3, the 9, the natural 9 in Baccarat, getting the win.
There was one, bro. I can't remember. There's the hotel.
You pass the cashier, right? And you go into like the
It's like
shops.
this. No, well, it's before the shops. The elevator seat, or the right below the
Yeah, it's called the Vinos, I think.
Del Vino, yes.
Okay, there's
Oh, it's fire.
there was
The sides, everything.
there was one that I went to. It was in
Vinos, it's fucking awesome.
I spent I think 600 to get rich.
One folds, two folds.
But it was fucking worth it.
Dude, it's so good. Yeah, one of the best things in the 5 rates.
Fletcher with the 4s, making the call. It is showing the $10 as a 3-bet. It's actually just a normal raise, as there is a $5 bring in.
Give me Rex, please. Rock's coming. Give me Rex.
3 players to the flop. He's like, you know it.
Jack high flop, Sweeney will hit the best hand. Sweeney will make the bet. 40 into 60. Should get the job done. Oh, Fletcher. Fletcher's a non-believer. Fletcher has pocket 4s here. Oh, Cuh also coming along, as he needs a 9 for a straight. And there's the 9. Easy game. Sweeney putting out another bet. Cuh only has 240. It's a $100 bet. Should be going all in here, but he just makes the call.
Heads up action.
Deuce coming on the river. What is Cuh? Now he's going to go all in. See if Sweeney calls him. The spades did miss. Yeah, and Sweeney does make the crying call. And looks like we have somebody taking another seat. Sweeney will see the Cuh hitting the straight on the turn. And another double up for Cuh. Doubled up earlier during the Omaha portion. And he will double up again. Sweeney taking a hit. He's down to about 125. So both Sweeney and Chubbs down over 500, and we are 8-handed. I said that we might finish the stream 9-handed, as we were actually 6-handed for at least an hour of play. And we do have somebody coming in. It's going to be Rock coming in for 950. The max is 1,000. Sweeney added on 200. And we still have 1, 2, 3. We still have 4 hands of hold-up. $10 live straddle under the gun from Cuh, who just doubled up. Rock raising it with the ace-queen. Big Tuna put it on the 3-bet with the jack-8 of diamonds. So Big Tuna putting Rock to the test right away, and Rock, oh, he's going to get Rock to fold here? Rock folding the ace-queen face up. Does Big Tuna show? Big Tuna does not show. So Rock folding ace-queen, his very first hand. And I do mention this at the beginning of most streams, that in my opinion, at the very beginning of the streams, players tend to play tighter than they normally would or looser than they normally would, as they're either trying to establish a table image or just filling out the table. And this was Rock's first hand. Normally, Rock is not folding ace-queen to a 3-bet, but it was his first hand. He raised it up to 25, and he got 3-bet to 100. Would have been in position if he made the call, but like I said, since it was his first hand, I just think he wants to see a couple of hands first, have a little fill-out period, try to figure out how the table's playing before he gets committed to a hand. And the ace-queen coming out. This was the following flop. But keep in mind, Big Tuna had Jack-8 of diamonds, so if this would have been the flop for the previous hand, we would have definitely seen some fireworks. And we still might see some fireworks here as Sweeney leads out with his ace. Fletcher calling with the better ace, although there's a very good chance these players will chop. And Big Tuna with bottom 2 pair. Gonna double check to see if he has the bottom 2 pair. And he's gonna be putting on a raise here to 125. I like this play here, as it is a very draw heavy board. You have some flush draws on the board, you have a straight draw on the board, and he's charging those draws. That's gonna get Sweeney to fold. And let's see what Fletcher does. See Fletcher's outs on the top, needs an ace or a 6, and he's gonna show the 6 for some reason. Big Tuna tells him to pick one. Don't know which one he picked.
I know. I picked the wrong one. I picked the wrong one.
So 2 more hands of Hold'em, and then we will go back to Omaha. We also have a dealer change coming up. Don't know if the dealer change is going to happen before or after we switch it up to Omaha. The dealers normally in the poker rooms, dealers are going to have 30-minute downs, so they will be at the table for half an hour. And then a new dealer will show up. That's the normal procedure. Except in California. California, they have 40-minute downs. Cub put it on the 3-bet with the ace-king here. But the dealers that deal with the stream, they actually have 1 hour downs. They have 1 hour downs. So there are 2 dealers that deal an hour and switch off. So once this dealer gets tapped out, then we will have exactly an hour to go on the stream. So last hand of Hold'em, as we do have a $10 straddle.
No, I wanted him to be down a lot so I can better say that.
We got $10 bonus straddle.
So actions on Maverick. Looks like he just ordered a hot dog. As I said, we do have a full-service bar here at the Texas Card House. And there is bar bites available. So there are hot dogs and Frito pies, or as they say up north, the walk-in tacos.
So you're gonna outplay me?
They also have some. They also have some pizza that they cook in an air fryer. So good news, bad news for Fletcher. You flop a set. Bad news is nobody has an ace. And now Ka has a flush with the 10. And now Fletcher going to put out a small bet. I don't think Ka's going to fold the 10 of hearts. So he does make the call. So to the river we go. Fletcher wanted the board to pair. The board does not pair, so the 10-3 of Ka will win this. He actually hits a straight. So he hits a straight with the 3, but he had the flush from before. Fletcher's going to show that he had a set.
New dealer coming in.
And we are going to have a dealer change, and we're going to change the game. It's a dealer change, and we are going back to Omaha. We have exactly 1 hour left in tonight's stream. If you still have not hit the like button, make sure you do take care of that. It's how I get paid, folks.
But I knew they were cool. They texted me that they had to drop something off, but
Hey,
so I thought they were from Madrid. No. Like, you're a
well, if they're not for nobody, I guess I'll just take them.
You're a girl. Like, it's from
Stop.
It's over, good. It's over. Might be ahead. And I thought you said all the money was on. I just looked at
be
it.
a $10 button straddle.
What was on that?
So new dealer, exactly an hour to go. And as I said, if you still have not hit the like button, it's how I get paid. $10 straddle. Looks like I'm making $10 tonight. So everybody just call in the straddle, and we do go to an ace-high flop. Huge flop for Rock here. This is one of those check raisin hands. He does the check part, but I don't think he's going to be able to raise as nobody bets. So Rock now with top pair, a flush draw, and a straight draw. And Sweeney's going to bet his two pair. Rock just making the call here as he has players behind to worry about. Big Tuna turning a straight draw and actually turns a set. So big turn for Big Tuna. He flopped an open-ended straight draw, and now he turns a set. Sweeney with two pair. And to the river we go. Rock going to be making two pair, but Big Tuna's set is going to be the winner. I was about to say the king has not registered, but they're the king registering. It's going to go check all the way down. Big Tuna will show his fours.
Check on the flop. That flush draw, top end.
Don't forget about the Hijack app. If you are here in the state of Texas, then you are able to play poker online and earn real cash. You can make a deposit and you can cash out at any of the 6 Texas Card House locations. Make sure you use the referral code TCHL20 for a free $20. All right, no straddle this hand. Action is going to be on Fletcher. Big Tuna raising it up to 15 with his King 4 of diamonds. Cub making the call with his Queen Jack 4 deuce. Maverick calling with the jacks. Has, oh, he's double suited, yeah. I was about to say, this is a hand that maybe he should have played more aggressive. Maverick, it is Sweeney, the one being aggressive. Rock making the call. Big Tuna gets out of the way. Maverick's calling for sure. The only question is, does he put on a back raise? Real strong hand here for Maverick as he is double suited. Double connected. The jack working with the 10 and the ace. He just puts out the call, though. But you can see we already have a pretty big pot here of $215 as we are going 4 ways to a flop. Hearts and spades. Everybody has the suits covered, and it's going to be spades. Nobody with a king, surprisingly. Sweeney was your aggressor, and he's going to continue on with that aggression. Brock making the call with his flush draw, but we can see his flush draw is no good. Maverick announces all in. Did Maverick say all in, or is the all in for Sweeney? No, I think the all in's for Sweeney. Trying to figure out here. Yeah. Oh, is Maverick going to fold? This would be really good for Rock. Rock wants him to fold. And I just realized Rock does have the nut flush draw. Rock with 3 spades in his hand. And Rock hits the flush right away. Sweeney drawn dead. Flush, and he also has a straight with the 6-7. And let's see if Sweeney rebuys. I saw the 7-6 of Rock for the flush draw. I didn't see he also had the ace of spades. So nice hand, Rock. Hey, there's still time to show up, Christian. Yeah, Big Tuna was not in the initial lineup. He did show up late. Game started at 7, and he showed up at around 9 or so.
Table 9.
So Christian Ramirez, or as most people know him as Baby Spider, him and Big Tuna have played a lot of poker against each other. As I said, there is still time to show up. We will be streaming till about 11:20, I guess, around 11:20. So got about an hour's worth left of streaming. But if I had to guess, based upon this lineup, these players are going to continue to play after the stream ends. So some people don't realize that even though the stream ends, that doesn't mean the game ends. Normally that's the case on our Wednesday night games. When we're streaming on Wednesday nights, normally once the stream ends, the game ends. But normally on Friday nights, the stream will end, and the majority of the time, the players will continue to play as Fletcher hits 3 jacks. There's 2 hearts on the board. Nobody has heart draw, so Fletcher in really good shape right now. He's going to lead out here, betting $25 into 65. Big Tuna making the call, does not want to hit a 10. Big Tuna at only 3% right now. I think that's going to pop up a little bit once these other players fold. But he's going to have to go runner. And that's one of the runners, as now he picks up a 5 for an out. Don't see any reason for Fletcher to stop betting here. And he continues on, putting out a $75 bet. That should get Big Tuna to fold. Maybe if Big Tuna had the naked ace here, like the ace of hearts, he would be able to continue on in position and maybe represent the heart when it comes to the river. He does have a heart in his hand, but it is the 10 of hearts. So he does make the fold. So what does the leaderboard look like? Big Tuna up over $1,000. Fletcher, who was leading most of the way, is now in second place. We do have two players in the red, both in for over $700. And we have Simon winning about $100. Let's see if anybody puts on a straddle. A little surprised that neither Chubbs nor Rock put on a straddle. Under the gun does have priority, but if under the gun does not straddle, the button is able to straddle. Those are the straddle rules here at the Texas Card House. I know they do vary by locations, they vary by card rooms. I want to say...
Trust me, Roxy and I have talked to him about this already. We went out drinking one night. He was our DD, right? Bro, we were hold on. We're driving in the middle of the night. Everybody in the back's drunk and he's fucking sober. So Roxy's in the back and then
so either
he's like, Jeffrey, ¿cómo que no puedes ver? Like, you're a pilot. How can you see?
Either the Bellagio or Wynn, I want to say they just did away with the straddles.
To see up in the sky, it's a pilot card. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bro, you just follow big lights.
Big lights.
You're not following little dots, it's just big lights right here.
Wings and sixes for Rock. He just makes the call. Has the best hand, but not anymore. As Sweeney flops two pair and an open-ended straight draw. So Sweeney bottom two pair with an open-ended straight draw, and he is looks like he's going to bet the pot.
And then start beeping. You never seen a fucking soul plane? Come on, partner. Hey, partner, you don't gotta eat like that.
And he's going to take it down.
Just turn around and you won't watch you eat. You're good.
Yeah, the straddle doesn't seem like a big deal, but it really does change the dynamic of the game, as it essentially cuts the number of big blinds you have in half. So the strategy that you're going to take on some pots with the bet sizing and everything like that, it does change that. Take, for example, you have a 1-2 game. Oh, we got a $10 straddle here. So with the $10 straddle, if you have $1,000 in your stack, you have 100 big blinds. But not many of these players have $1,000 in their stack. So normally you want to have about 100 big blinds in a cash game. And now that the straddle is out, most of these players don't even have 50 big blinds. King Queen 7-3 for Maverick might be a call if he was in position. Might be a call if it wasn't $10 to go. But I think he's going to have to fold here first to act.
Come on, man. You even call.
He does make the call.
He's going to call if I don't have shit. He's going to call.
He called $15. That means he don't have.
Fletcher with the 9-10, 8-6. Does have the power of the button. He will make the call. Big Tuna. Going to be potting it here. 75. And this is why I said that Maverick should probably fold his hand pre-flop, because now he's pretty much burning $10.
They're going to charge you double.
Like I said, it is a pretty hand. It was double suited. It was double connected. The King Queen, the 7-3 working with each other, two suits. Was a pretty hand, but under the gun first stack with the $10 straddle really changes the dynamic of it. So big flop for both players. Both players flopping a straight draw.
I haven't gone because I've been busy,
but Sweeney has a pair to go along with his straight draw. Big Tuna potted it out of position. He's going to continue here with his two overcards and his open-ender, but we can see that Sweeney has one of his overcards. Sweeney also has one of his outs with the queen. So Big Tuna here with only 5 outs. One of them is the king.
Not on street.
All the kings have been folded, actually. Diamond on the turn, an ace might slow down the competitors. Oh, Big Tuna hit into 5.
You know what's the fastest way to lose weight?
And Big Tuna putting out a big bet.
Fuck cocaine. Cocaine.
Quick fall from Sweeney.
Cocaine.
Yeah, I just saw the comments, so.
That ain't gonna do shit. Crack. Man.
Yeah, his flush draw was good. He had the ace-high flush draw. I just saw the 7-8 in his hand since the 7-8 they were together, and another player had spades, so I didn't think he had 3 spades in his hand, but I did correct myself. As I said, it is really hard to keep up. I'm the only one here in the booth, and you can see with the Omaha, with all of the cards on the board, with all of the cards in the player's hand, it is sometimes hard to keep up with the number of outs that the players have.
I mean, yeah, rice fucking when I meal prep fucking rice and like ground beef or rice and fucking chicken.
Big Tuna put it on the straddle. Action's going to be on Chubbs in the small blind.
You know, Kylie Muscle said that rice clogs up your arteries. But everybody says that rice and good for you, whatever. Supposed to help you, like. That's what everybody.
Cub making the call with his ace. 4-7-8.
Kylie Muscle, you know Kylie Muscle is, right? You know
Maverick, we'll see if he calls the 10. I don't think he will.
Yeah, it's some big old.
Simon just makes the call.
He used to make videos back in the day, like.
Sweeney raising it up here. He's got the rundown hand. All of those middle cards can make the straight. 6, 7, 9, 10 has 2 spades. Big Tuna in position. He's not folding, and I think this is going to price everybody else in. I was going to say Cub might fold because it looks like his hot dogs just got here, but no, he's making the call, and we are going 4 ways to a flop. And this is why Sweeney plays 6, 7, 9, 10. These are the flops you're looking for as he flops. And he is potting it right away here. Nobody has clubs. And this should get the job done. And it does. So big flop for Sweeney. See, flopped the wrap to go along with top pair. The wrap is unique to Omaha. Basically, in Hold'em, there's really only 2 types of straight draws. You have the gut shot and you have the open ender. So the gut shot would be like if you have ace king and the flop is jack 10-3. So you need a queen. The queen will make you a straight. So that's the gut shot. Then you have the open ender. The open ender is like if you have king queen and the flop is jack 10 deuce. Well, now you can hit an ace or a 9. With the wrap, you can hit 3 or more cards. I'm trying to remember what the max is. I don't play Omaha as much as I should, but I want to say it's 8 cards. Where you can flop a wrap. It might be more, but it's 8 cards for sure. Where if you flop the essentially atomic wrap, you can hit at least 8 cards to make a straight. Big Tuna raising it up, has all the big cards in his hand. You can see everybody calling him here. Big Tuna in the cutoff, getting called on the button from Chubbs. He didn't want to give up the button with his suited ace. And just like that, got a $215 pot. Ace high with 2 clubs. flopping an ace, but he has nothing but clubs in his hand. Set of fives for Maverick. Normally, if you hit a set and hold 'em, you're going with it. Not so much so in Omaha, but Maverick does have a 9 to block the middle set, so he's going with it here. And Kuh is going to call it off. Does anybody else have anything? See Sweeney fold it. It's showing the actions on Sweeney, which is why the camera is still focused on Sweeney. But the total count is 534. Don't think Kuh can fold here. Has top pair with the flush draw. That's the good news. The bad news is you have your outs in your hand. He has 2 of his outs in his hand. He does have running straight draws as well with the 6-4. So a 7 would be a really good card for him. A 3 or a 7 would be a really good card for him.
Yeah, for sure. For sure he has ace.
I think they're going to run it twice.
Yeah,
And there's the straight draw. And there's the flush for Kuh. And they're going to chop it up. So over a $1,000 pot, but it's going to get chopped up.
Oh, yeah, the set.
That and the middle pair.
Yeah, so the Mega Ultimate wrap in Omaha is where you have the 2 cards come out and you have the 2 cards on either side. So like if the 7-8 is on the flop, so 7-8 is on the flop, you have 9-10, so you have it for the top end, and then you have 5-6. So basically any card between a 4 and a 10, you're going to hit a straight. So $10 button straddle. This is the last Omaha hand before we go to Hold'em. We should get back to Omaha before the stream is over, but this will be the last hand for probably about 15, 20 minutes. Round of each, R-O-E. That is what R-O-E row stands for. Maverick with the 8s and the 5-3 might call just because he won the last hand, and he does. Simon with the quick fold. Sweeney calls. Rock calls. Fletcher calls. Big Tuna. Is he going to raise it up? No, he just makes the call. He raised it up last hand with a very similar hand. Pretty much everybody called him, so he's like, let me take a different approach here. Chubbs with a very similar hand to Big Tuna, and he raises it up. So back-to-back raises from the cutoff. Big Tuna does have the 10-8 to go along with the ace-king suited. Players with very, very similar hands. We'll see if Big Tuna wants to take a flop out of position, and he does. These 2 players do have a tendency to get aggressive. And it is a huge flop for both players. Top pair and a straight draw for Big Tuna. Top pair and a flush draw for Chubbs. And we might get the all-in here. Big Tuna's not folded. He has top pair and he's open-ended. That's out of the question. The question is, does he raise? The answer is not yet. So both players right now playing the ace-king, but both of them have the redraws. And there is the flush for Chubbs. Big Tuna's going to hit 2 pair. How much does Chubbs? Yeah, Chubbs checks it back. And now, yeah. It's showing Chubbs has $300. Thought he might have just gone all in on the turn there. Got a little bit tricky. But now is his chance to go all in or at least put a bet here. King high flush. Looks like he's going to put out small bet. So 250, leaving himself with about $100 behind. Big Tuna does not like that run out. Straight got there. Flush got there. I'm a little surprised Chubbs did not go all in on the turn, to be honest with you. But it is very easy to say or think what the player should be doing when you see the hold cards. Big Tuna a little confused, thinking why didn't Chubbs just go all in? But he will make the laydown. It's real important to always remember the stack to pot ratio. Both in Hold'em and in Omaha. As we are going back to Hold'em, we'll see if anybody puts on a straddle. But how much is in the pot and how much is in your stack? Because that does determine on how much you should be betting or could be betting. Determines on whether or not a certain play is going to work. Like, you could make the perfect play where there's 4 cards to a flush on the board, there's 4 cards to a straight, and somebody still calls you with like 2 pair just because the player didn't have enough chips left in his stack. So just kind of an extreme example, let's say there's $1,000 in the pot and there's 4 cards to a flush, there's 4 cards to a straight. You don't have any of it, but you're trying to bluff your opponent. So he checks the river and you put him all in, but he only has $10, so he's gonna call, even though basically everything beats him out there. But it's always real important to keep that in mind. How much is in your stack and how much is in the pot? Big flop for Maverick. Has a straight draw and a flush draw. He's gonna bet it. Simon making the call. And now Sweeney comes along with his flush draw. Somehow, Simon has the best hand right now with King Queen. Sweeney betting $60 with his flush draw, but Maverick has too strong of a hand to fold. Has a flush draw and a straight draw. Simon will be getting out of the way, but Maverick going to be making the call. Should be interesting to see if Sweeney misses everything if he does put a bet on the river. Oh, Sweeney hits a 7. So Sweeney needed a lot of help, and he gets the help. So Sweeney going all in. I think in his mind he might be bluffing here, but he does have the best hand. Basically any ace, any jack, any 9 beats him. But Maverick did not have any of that. So a little smirk on Sweeney's face, realizing that he got really lucky by hitting the 7 and not hitting a club.
Later, 15 minutes. Big ball.
So Big Tuna was up over 1,000, but he did take a hit against Chubbs. Chubbs is still down over 500. And Sweeney, who just won the last pot, is also down over 500.
I was for the straight.
So very
I need a queen.
very good first hold'em hand back. As a lot of times you see the Omaha play a lot faster than the hold'em just because of the 4 cards, the number of outs, the number of possibilities. But that hand playing pretty fast for a hold'em hand. Big Tuna raising it up with his ace. Sweeney has clubs in the small blind. The clubs worked out for him last time in the big blind. And he's going to make the call. So Big Tuna flopping a straight draw. Looks like he's going to put out a small continuation bet here. 30. So 30 into 40. And that'll get the job done.
They're still open till like 4 a.m. I mean 3 a.m.
I think so too.
Oh, they switched it?
Well, yeah, because they were doing like the food to like 4, yeah, but nobody's gonna order. Come all the way to Edinburg to order fucking food. Everybody partying really in McAllen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo at least have
So no straddle this hand. Action will be on Big Tuna. The big winner thus far tonight. Big Tuna with another ace. Had ace 9 last time, has ace 5 this time. And he will raise it up once again. 15, Cub making the call with an ace of his own. Simon coming along with the Queen 10 offsuit. Sweeney will be playing his button. Rock with ace king suited just calls. Wow.
super straight, nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So somebody hit a pair. Big Tuna needing a deuce for a straight. Cuh hitting a tray. There's the king for Rock. Nobody's going to believe he has ace king. He's going to lead out. Everybody's going to fold. So I was surprised that Rock folded ace queen earlier to a 3-bet. Ace queen, that is. But I kind of understood since it was his first hand sitting down. But now having ace king out of the small blind and somebody raising an early position and picking up. So Big Tuna raised. He picked up 3 callers and just flattened with the ace king. I don't understand that move. I mentioned earlier on how you have to have some sort of check raising range. Well, you should also have a 3-betting range. And the ace king is a very good candidate to put in your 3-betting range.
Yes, less than 5 points. There's no more than 7.
So Rock's cards did not get scanned, but he thought that the dealer was mucking his hand. Dealer was just getting his card scanned. So 2 pair for Simon, flush draw for Fletcher, and Fletcher's going to lead here, betting half pot, 20 into 42. Simon just making the call. Rock with an open ender also makes the call, and 3 ways to a turn we go, as it's going to be a 7. So Rock still had the 8, right? Yeah. Rock was open-ended on the flop, so Simon's still just calling here with 2 pair. He has both key blockers. He has a diamond in his hand and he has a spade in his hand. So a little surprised here, multi-way, that he's just calling here with 2 pair. 8 of spades. There's the straight for Rock. That's the good news. The bad news is it's essentially a 4-liner, any jack making a straight. So it kind of makes it a little obvious when you bet that you have that jack.
Well, that's why they're down so much, because he's supposed to have 20.
Rock bet, right? Yeah, rock bet. Rock bet in 100. Simon thinking to himself, why didn't I raise?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
If the 8 showed up instead of the king, I think he might get action here. But the king showing up, any jack making a straight. With the 8 showing up, the player would need to specifically have jack 9. Oh, is Simon not going to let go? Oh, Simon does not let go. It showed that put him all in, but we saw that he had about 200, so that took about half of his chips. So Rock with back-to-back wins.
I had this one.
And Fletcher going to be putting on the straddle. We still have a seat open, and as I said, I do think these players will be playing after the stream. So some of you Rio Grande Valley players left. Some of you Rio Grande Valley players, if you're out here in the area, looks like this is shaping up to be one of those games that can be an all-nighter. Action's going to be in the small blind. So big tuna. It's showing that the action's on Cub, but the action's actually on big tuna because there is a straddle. Everybody folding around to Maverick. Maverick making the $5 call, but they're letting him know it's $10 to go. So he does make the $10 call. Sweeney with the suited king. And Rock, who just won 2 straight hands, going to try to make it 3 in a row. But Fletcher's going to charge him, as Fletcher has the ace-queen. Fletcher taking it up to 50. I think everybody's going to call. Is it 50 or 60? Yeah, everybody's going to call. Rock does not want to see diamonds.
God damn it.
Everybody with the other player dominates. Sweeney's in decent shape here with the king-queen, and he's going to hit a 4. Maverick hits a 10, and Rock hits open-ended. So Fletcher with a gut shot needing a king for a straight. Also has backdoor diamonds. Puts out the continuation bet multi-ways. Looks like Simon's going to be reloading after this hand. Maverick with the 10. Thinking about calling. He does have 2 players left behind him to worry about. And it looks like he's pretty worried about those 2 players. He does make the fold. Sweeney with a pair. And it looks like he's going to make the call. Does Rock raise here? It's 100, right? Is it 100 or 75? Oh, 75 was the bet. Sweeney does not want to see a king. There's a queen. That's going to give Rock the straight. It'll give top pair to Fletcher, and it'll give open-ender for Sweeney. The queen hasn't registered, so if you look on your lower left-hand corner, the graphics haven't registered yet, but Fletcher is betting 200. Fletcher is betting 200. No, excuse me, Rock bet 200. Rock bet 200, Fletcher calling. To the river we go. Fletcher needed a king. Fletcher will not get the king. That's an 8. And Rock announces all in. Fletcher shakes his head. I don't think Fletcher can call here, but I don't know how many ultras he's striked tonight. According to, oh, Fletcher makes the call. And he will see the straight. So Fletcher, who was up early over $1,000, will give all of his chips to Rock. And Fletcher will reload. Almost a $2,000 pot for Rock. And that's actually the 3rd hand in a row that he won. He won ace king of hearts out of the small blind. He won with the jack 9 on the button. And then he wins there with the 8-9. So Rock, the last player to sit down at this game, is up over 1,500. Big Tuna keeping the straddle on. And looks like Cub raising it up to 40 with the ace-jack offsuit.
I almost voted, but I was like,
I mean, off the timeout, it was like, okay. And 1, just start.
They can finish right here with like a 6-point run.
Sweeney making the call here with the suited cards. Big Tuna, who gave the red chips to Fletcher. Oh, Fletcher put it on the 3-bet with the queen jack of diamonds. So it's going to be $100 more for Cud to call with his ace jack, and he has Fletcher dominated right now. I think he's going to make the call. He does. That's probably going to bring along Sweeney. It's another $100 for Sweeney. Oh, how much does he have in his stack? He has 300. Sweeney wants to call. Does he have enough chips to call? Yeah, he's going to make the call. I think Sweeney's going to win the spot. He has live cards. He has 10-3. The 10 and 3 are live, and the hearts are live as well. So here we go. $430 pot. Best hand right now, ace-jack offsuit. If it checks to Fletcher, he's going to rip it, but Sweeney hit a 3. Yeah. Yeah, so. Oh, actually, it was Sweeney that went all in. Sweeney went all in. He hit a pair. Fletcher isn't in bad shape here. He needs a queen, a jack, or a 10. Sweeney does not want to hit 2 pair. And just like that, we have an $850 pot. Heart on the turn. Fletcher needs a queen. Oh, there's the heart. And a pair of 3s is going to win. Called it. I thought Sweeney was going to win, and Fletcher. Cannot believe he lost to 10-3. Let's see if he rebuys. Fletcher's rebuying. And Fletcher might be steaming a bit.
Just like that. For a better hand or what?
Huh?
For a better hand or what?
Oh, no, I started off with a better hand, but
You didn't hit either, right?
So 2 more hands for Hold'em. But the Hold'em has been playing really fast. Normally the Omaha of the round of each is the game that plays fast, and I'm sure once we switch back to Omaha, it'll play fast. But the hold'em here has picked up as Fletcher will be rebuying one more time. Fletcher reloading for 500. Simon with the 8-5. Rock with the 6 just calls. And as I said, it seemed like Fletcher was theming. He is raising the 20 here. A little surprised Big Tuna just called here with the 9s. I thought maybe he would 3-bet in position. Rock gonna go set mine and needing a 6, but Fletcher has a 6 in his hand. So we're going 3 ways to a flop. Oh, Fletcher hitting hearts.
Thank you for your service.
That's the good news. Bad news, I don't think he's gonna get any action. There's an ace on the board, so I'm sure both players are aware of the ace. Fletcher picking up a straight draw now. And this should get the job done, but Big Tuna's not a believer. Big Tuna thinks that Fletcher is just theming. God, Fletcher's basically gonna have to go all in for it to work. No, he gives up. Big Tuna has the showdown value. He's gonna check it. Big Tuna will show the 9s. So one hand of hold'em left, and then we will go back to Omaha. We will end the stream on hand 92. So hand 92, so we have 4 more hands. So 4 more hands. One of those hands will be hold'em. The last 3 hands will be Omaha. So these players know that it's a 4-hour stream, and normally when the stream is getting ready to end, normally like the last 5 hands, we will see some craziness happen. I'm sure a lot of you watch the NFL Red Zone, so they basically call like that last 2 minutes of the first block of games when all the games are getting ready to end. They call it the witching hour. So it is the witching hour for the stream as the game's getting ready to end, and you always see some craziness happen. Not always, usually. Oh, Rock running good tonight as he hits trips. Nobody has hearts. So Fletcher betting 15 out of turn. Does have a 3. Rock giving him some rope. The ace is actually a good card for Fletcher as he's going to slow down now. And Rock going to put out a bet. Oh, Fletcher calls him. Rock going to show him the 3 10s. Fletcher's demeanor really has changed since the beginning of the stream.
Oh!
All right, 3 more hands to go. All 3 will be Omaha. And as I said, normally something crazy happens. I'm predicting at least 1 all in. So back to PLO. Fletcher is trying to get Rock to straddle, but Rock knows if he straddles, Fletcher's gonna re-straddle, so he's all like, nah, bro, I'm good.
Like, if he straddles, I mean, not re-straddle.
Rock ace king 8-6, no suits. Fletcher announcing pot with his kings. Big Tuna calling with the 8-5-4-4. Cub making the call with the pocket nines, also has 10-7 of hearts to go with it. Rock makes the call. And we got ourselves over $100 pot. 101? No, 126. So 6 ways.
Chill the fuck out, Durant.
No, 5 players. 5 or 6. Dealer announced 5, but there was a $25 raise. Oh yeah, that's right, 25 times 5.
No, I didn't. I was gonna put.
And as advertised, no, it's not an all-in. It's bet in the pot with the kings. Actually, he's not playing the kings anymore. He has the Jack-8 that he's playing. He flops top 2 pair. But Ka flops a straight. Everything going good for Ka right now. He's getting a massage, relaxing, announcing that he's all in. Doesn't want anybody with diamonds to call him. And Fletcher is obviously calling. As I said, the only question is, are we going to see more all-ins before the stream is over? Still have another 2 hands after this. Fletcher going to need a jack or an 8.
I got 2 pairs.
So they're going to run it twice. They're going to run it twice. Fletcher wanting the board to pair. The only problem is, yeah, he's going to have 2 chances at it. Fletcher looking for a jack, an 8. Oh, that looked like it, but it's not. So let's see if Fletcher rebuys.
Barrels?
Fletcher's rebuying.
Ahora es the bottom stage.
So 2 players up over $1,000, and those are the 2 last players to sit down.
Swear, I promise. Thank you. Rain check. What'd you say? No, rain check, rain check.
So Fletcher rebuying for 400. Did not straddle. I think if he would have had chips, he would have straddled. So 2 more hands tonight. If you still haven't hit the like button, make sure you do take care of that before the end of the stream.
So then, like, your sportsmen are like, your sportsmen are like $300-500 bucks, but then your price picks are like $100. Oh.
Ko with the aces taking it up to 60. I don't think Fletcher's folding here. 9-9-8-5 has clubs. Oh, Sweeney making the call. Sweeney with the 10-7 deuce-deuce. And that's going to bring along everybody else. So 4 ways to a flop we go of almost $250. Second to the last hand. Ace is out in front right now, but it's Sweeney with the best equity. Equity no more. Big flop for Big Tuna. Has a flush draw and a straight draw. Ka with the set of aces. Everybody else pretty much drawn dead. Oh, Ka checks. And that's going to give a straight to Big Tuna. Cut not drawn dead as the board can pair. Big Tuna putting out half pot, 125. Cut with top set, he can't fold. He can't fold. Makes the call. And the other two players should get out of the way. Sweeney folds, Fletcher folds. And Cuh looking for the board to pair. He has 6 clean outs. And that's not it. So both the straight and the flush get there. Big Tuna has both. And he's going to try to get some more value out, putting out $200. So betting less than half pot, hoping to get paid by a worse straight. That's actually be the same straight, right? So a worse flush. Wait. Wow. I missed the flush. I just realized Cuh has a flush. Now I understand why Cuh checked the flop. Because he flopped the monster. Wow. I did not realize. Wow, huge pot for Cuh. Now the check on the flop makes sense. I kind of just had tunnel vision and saw, wow, he has a set, and that's really all I saw. Because I saw 2 spades in somebody else's hand. But now the check on the flop makes sense as he flopped top set with the redraw to the flush. I'm sure if you're watching at home, or somebody yelling at the screen, no, he has a flush, bro, he has a flush. All right, so one more hand. What a crazy, crazy flop for Cuh. Gets there on the river. So that's going to take him up to over 1,000. Last hand of the night. Like I said, if you still haven't hit the like button, make sure you take care of that. No straddle this hand. A little surprising. Big Tuna, who just took a big hit last hand, will raise it up to 15. Cuh making the call. Maverick should be getting out of the way. What does Simon do? Maybe Maverick knows it's the last hand. Yeah, Maverick's going to call. Simon's going to call. Sweeney's going to call. Rock is going to call. Fletcher's going to call. So Chubb's the only one folding here. As we will be going 6 ways to a flop of queen high, 2 spades, open ender for the 9-10 of Sweeney. Big Tuna also with the 9-10 has a queen to go with it. Cuh's going to be betting his top 2 pair. Fletcher with the flush draw. He just might go with this here. No, he just makes the call. Fletcher, the only player with a flush draw. Big Tuna, top pair, open ender. He announces pot. Sweeney also with the open ender. He has bottom pair open ender. So both Tuna, Big Tuna, and Sweeney, very similar hands. Fletcher's going with his hand here. Fletcher has a flush draw. Cuh with the best hand. He has a straight draw of his own with the 7-8. No, the 7-8's not. Yeah, he gets out of the way. Looked like a straight draw, but wasn't. Sweeney gets out of the way. And as I said, Fletcher's not folded. Fletcher's actually in Fletcher's favorite here. So both players with the queen 10. One of them has a flush draw. One of them has a straight draw.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Fletcher with 2 pair. Queen deuce. They're running it twice. I think somebody's going to get quartered. There's the flush for Fletcher. Oh, he hits another spade. That's not good. And there's no big tuna hits 2 pair at the end. Yeah, so chop it up. So that'll do it for tonight's stream. Well, once again, I'd like to thank everybody who joined us here at the Texas Card House, Rio Grande Valley. Have a great